Chat, next video. This is a long one. I'm probably going to rant for a while. How to beat the super marathon in The Long Walk. Now, this is going to be a video about the movie The Long Walk. If you don't know the movie The Long Walk, it is top 5 movie of all time. It's not even close. Made me cry. I was panicking the entire time. It's not a horror movie, even though it's categorized as a horror movie. I would say it's a thriller drama, very sad and disgusting. The premise of The Long Walk, he's probably going to explain it in the video, but I'll give a little rundown. One guy from each state. So 50 people participating. They walk until there's one person left. If you go below, I think 3 miles an hour, you get a warning. If you get 3 warnings, you get shot in the head. You lose 1 warning every hour of no warnings. So if you get 3 warnings and you walk 3 hours straight without stopping, you get it wiped clean, right? And you walk until there's one person left. You have to poop while walking, eat while walking, drink water while walking. You can't sleep. So it's basically a fucking battle of attrition until there's one guy left. They also can't fuck with each other. You get warnings for hurting each other before people ask. And if you run off once you're in the walk, you can't leave. You're not allowed to quit. You're in or you're out. And if you're out, that means you're dead. So if they pull your name and you decide to go, right? This is optional, by the way. It's like a dystopian future. So they put their name in a raffle to go. And if they win, they get unseen riches. That's like the prize. The number's never disclosed, but imagine enough money to retire you and your family for the rest of your life and your family's generations. So I said in my head when I watched the movie, like $50 million is what they're getting. They're getting an absurd amount of money.
So imagine that you're so broke that your only choice was to sign up for the deadliest marathon in the world. It's just you, 49 other dudes, and a fat bag of cash if you reach the end. But guess what? Only one player gets to survive. And
what I hate is how casual they are with each other at the start of the movie. I also gotta say spoilers. This is spoilers. I'm going to probably ruin this film for you if you've never seen it. So, maybe if you want to watch the movie and not know what happens, I would leave, right? Otherwise, you could just watch it after. You're just probably going to know a lot of what happens.
anyone who stops gets smoked on live
Fucking hate that guy. Fucking hate that guy. I'll rant about him in a minute.
TV. But honestly, surviving this would be easy. And I've got the perfect strategy.
All right. Oh, yeah, this fucking guy. Oh, it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy until you get the shits 70 hours in. Until you're 120 miles into walking and you have to fucking take a fat shit and you have 10 seconds to stop and poop. Otherwise, you're going to get a fucking bullet in your head. Okay.
To win the entire thing. So we're here to break
Yeah, oh my God.
down the mistakes.
Yeah, that kid's a bitch. I'm sorry. Spoiler, you have to be like 18 to participate. Most of the participants are between like 18 and 25 in the film. Nobody's really over like 26, 27, right? This kid, they claim, has snuck into it, and he's like 14. He gets a Charlie horse. He's like, It's like 10 miles in. 10 miles in? Yo, buddy, you should have never signed up. I feel like if you're signing up for the long walk, you gotta think in your head 200 miles. I'm walking from Los Angeles to San Francisco. I'm walking from Philadelphia to Boston. That's what you're in your head. You're going, I'm crossing states right now before I'm the one guy left. You have a Charlie horse 12 fucking miles in, buddy. Eat a banana. Huh.
Made what you
First one dead. Ugh.
should do and how to beat the endless march in
Chat, how far you think you could walk? Let's start out with that. You got to walk until you physically can't anymore. Let's say there's no other people competing. That's going to drive you a bit further, but how far could you walk before stopping? I think I get 100 miles. Gun to my head, I think I get 100 miles. Spoiler alert, it's way further than that in the movie. It's way further than that. What really gets you is like 2 days in. where you're exhausted and you need to fall asleep. So you're kind of like dozing off while you're moving.
The Long Walk. So it all starts with this guy, Ray, who's just won a spot in a low-budget version of the Hunger Games. Basically, he lives in an alternate timeline where the country is dead broke after getting slapped around in some kind of giant war. And now every year, one dumbass from each state gets picked to compete in a non-stop walk-off.
One of the coolest things they do in the beginning is they go ID. Right at the door, they go ID, and he hands them the ID, and the guy waves him off, doesn't give the ID back. I mean, that's like a psychological warfare thing, right? You know, you have your ID, you hand him your ID, he just goes, you know, like that. He's saying you're dead, like you ain't gonna need it anymore. Like what the fuck?
Tree is dead broke after getting slapped around in some kind of giant.
Just keeps it.
And now every year, one dumbass from each state gets picked to compete in a non-stop walk-off, where only one player gets out alive. The winner gets unlimited V-Bucks and receives one wish. But as for everyone else, it's...
Oh my god, I love this guy. Hold up. I love this guy. Oh my god.
Back to the lobby as soon as they stop walking. Ray's arriving at the death game the only way that makes sense, by getting dropped off by his mom. She even packed him some cookies like he's going off to school, but it's probably the last time that they're ever going to see each other alive. When it's time to say their goodbyes, Mom tries acting like she's proud, but she starts ugly crying the moment that he tries to walk away, but it's too late to turn back, and after one last hug, he leaves to join the other 49 morons as they sit around waiting for it to start.
Yo, I gotta say too, this is not like me talking about his body or anything. They mention it in the film, and it's like, it's a part of the plot, but like, he's not making it, bro. These two are the main characters, and he's not making it. He's like 6'2", 220, you know? The guy that's going to win the long walk is probably 5'7", 120 pounds. Like, you got to be skinny, you know? Like not even muscular, skinny. Like, isn't this voluntary? Yeah, but that's part of the plot too, is like they sign up and they're like, it's voluntary, but like one of the lines in the movie, he says, I forget his name. He goes, I dare any of y'all to tell me a time any motherfucker didn't sign up. You know, it's voluntary, but everybody always signs up. Name a guy that never signed up, because it's like everybody's so broke that you would do anything to be rich.
All right, fam. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been wanting us to cover the long walk for a while, so of course I had to do it for my people. But I'm gonna be honest. I started out wondering, how in the am I gonna make an entire video about a bunch of dudes just walking down the street? But then it dawned on me, we can basically just wrap it up right here, because this is actually one of the easiest death games ever made, and I've got a plan to survive it without even trying. So here it is, my genius plan that's 100% guaranteed to work.
Okay, they all have their own backpacks of whatever. They get food rations and water rations, but they're allowed to pack whatever they want in their backpack, probably with some level of guidelines because there's a rule book. Yo, I'm packing fucking nicotine like crazy, bro. I'm filling that fucking bag with Zins. I'm so serious. I was actively thinking about this. I'm filling that bag with stimulants. Like, if I'm allowed to do that, I'm just fucking double decking. Like, you're 8 hours in meth. Yo, if I was allowed to bring meth, I'd bring fucking meth. First time, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to do crack. You know, I'm going to do fucking crack for like day 3. I'm falling asleep. Time to break out the pipe, you know? Fucking, at that point, you just got to stay alive. Something to keep you up.
Best
Adderall? Ooh, that'd be good, but then you won't eat. You need to eat.
To survive the long walk is to just never...
Yo, best way to survive the long walk? Get a catheter and a colostomy bag. Oh, you win. You win. You ain't got to piss or shit. It just does it. You just walk. Don't stop walking. That stimulants, colostomy bag, catheter. Boom. Catheter would probably pull a little bit at some point. 100 miles in, it's probably going to get chafed. Maybe not. Colostomy bag would work.
Walk is to just never sign up for this.
Yeah, walking 100 miles with a tube up your dick hole, I don't think that would work very well.
In the first place. Like, seriously, I can't believe how...
Is there a limit to how slow you can walk? Yes, that's the whole premise of the movie. You have to walk, I think, over 3 miles an hour.
how dumb.
They all have watches that track their movement, and they get like audible warnings. They'll go number 47, warning 1, number 47, warning 2, number 47, final warning, and then they shoot him.
You'd have to be to actually think this was a good idea. And I mean, it's not like the Hunger Games where you don't get a choice. Signing up was...
This is harder than the Hunger Games. I will stand on that. This isn't some low-budget horror games. This is harder than the Hunger Games. He's saying it's easy. Having to walk 300-plus miles to not die nonstop. You're not sleeping for days. You're shitting on the floor while you're walking. Bro, way harder than just fucking stabbing somebody with a spear. Are you insane? Watch the fucking movie. Oh my God, this is the fucking point. Literally, this guy, favor to win, minus 2,000 odds. Fucking jacked, built, fucking shredded to the gills, stoic, doesn't talk. He gets a small cold, day 2. Newsflash, your immune system never heals. If you get sick, you get a cut. Your body's never healing because you're never sleeping. You're never not moving. You're always moving. So if you get dude, a cough, death, kidney failure, lungs filling with liquid, you're dead. You know, because you're never gonna beat something small because you can't rest. You never have recovery.
Money, then you're severely underestimating my grind. Like, sure, times are tough, but if Peepaw survived the Great Depression, then I can get through whatever the hell's happening here. And I mean, these people all have cars and so how bad can it really be? So you can trust and believe that I'd be living in the sewers and surviving off a spare change before I ever got desperate enough to even try this because I'd rather be thugging it out in a cardboard box than getting capped on live TV. But okay, let's just say I was a real sicko who actually wanted to risk it for the biscuit. Well, in that case, I'd just be spending the first 18 years of my life training like a damn anime villain. I mean, forget learning to count.
Yo, actually, none of them ever talk about like, yeah, I prepared for this. They always show up with like a bag half full. Like, in the movie, the main character gets a tinfoil wrap of 4 oatmeal cookies. Yo, I feel like you would have to have a survival bag. You have to have bro, you'd be plotting that shit out months in advance, training every day of your life. I'm dropping out of school. I'm walking every day. I'm running some Kipchoge-ass fucking training montages, you know? I'm training like the fucking marathon runners are. They're really poor. Yo, your son's about to get shot in the head. You can't scrap up more than 4 oatmeal cookies? Are you fucking kidding me? They're really poor. She drives a car. It has gas in it. How much does an oatmeal cookie cost? Your son's walking till he dies.
I got one job and one job only, to become an absolute jacked monstrosity before my 18th birthday. I'm talking leg day every day. Nothing but squats, lunges, and lean protein until my body's legit shaped like a triangle. But it's not just about how you train, it's about the mental game as well. So hear me out. I'm gonna go back and watch all the tapes.
Here's the problem, though, that I want to counter his point. He's saying I would be training from day 1 till I was 18 years old. But it's a lottery. There's millions of other people that are signing up. So why would you waste the first 18 to 22 years of your life training every day for the long walk and then never get pulled? You know, like you might just not get picked and then you just don't do it. So
to read me the rules until I have all the best strategies and the legs of Saquon Barkley. And then I'll be ready to smoke these other losers and go home with the baggie. Now, on his way past the guards, Ray makes friends with this dude, Pete, who's got a big Joker scar all the way up his right cheek.
Best character in any movie.
It's not like this is a beauty contest, but if it was, there's one guy who looks like he'd win either way, and his name is Stebbins, and he's clearly the most athletic one in the group, so he's got the more gamer-bodied dudes shook before the walk even starts. Then we've got Hank, the nerd with the big mouth, Art, the nice religious guy who's basically the polar opposite of this clown, and this Malcolm in the Middle looking dude.
Nah, this is making me sad right now watching all these characters. Don't care about this kid. They try to get you to be emotionally, you know, like all these other guys go through so much more shit, bro. He dies in like 20 minutes. Like he dies like right after this shit starts. I'm sorry for spoiling it. This motherfucker gets capped so quick. He fucking gets he gets a Charlie horse like 10 miles, like half a mile in. Like, it's like fucking instantly, this kid dies.
Curly, who's definitely gonna make it past the first day. The others start ripping on Hank for talking
I don't even think he makes it to the first night.
too much, but then they realize that he's pretty normal compared to this weirdo Barkovich, who tries to join in. He's giving off major...
Ooh, no, Bart, to put it in perspective, Barkovich is just dry humor making jokes that don't make sense. And it's so bad. Right? One of them says, like, my meemaw, and he goes, what the fuck is a meemaw? Sounds like... And then he makes a joke. But it's so fucking stupid because they're all from different states, so they don't understand each other's lingo, and they're making niche jokes about each other's lingo. And so every joke Barkovich makes just doesn't land because it's like a dude from Alaska making a niche Alaskan joke to a dude from Tennessee. Like, it doesn't hit.
And he's here to hand out everybody's number. After going through the whole list one at a time, he tells them all to line up and get ready to start walking. But first, it's time for a whole motivational speech about bravery and serving your country. When he's finally done yapping, he decides to remind them all about the most important rules. First off, you gotta keep walking at least 3 miles per hour until there's only one player left. You get 3 warnings if you fall behind, and they each reset after 1 hour of walking. But if you use up all 3 or try to make a run for it, then your goose is cooked, my man. That's basically it though, so now that they all know the rules, it's officially time to get to steppin'. But my dude Ray is about to realize that he just made his biggest mistake. So far they're just walking, which is pretty much all they're gonna be doing for the next hour and a half, so buckle up. It's probably a little hard to concentrate when they're surrounded by machine guns, but Ray's
Bro, but they all get to know each other. That's another thing he's not mentioning is they're all like low-key become friends. Not all of them, but like they start forming like small groups, and it's like, why? You're going into this knowing that one of you is coming out. I'm like, I don't even want to talk to anyone. I feel like I'd be like just stoic, zoned. But then you think about it, it's like day 3, you kind of need people to talk to more, like for your morale.
Trying hard not to think about it, so he keeps looking at the butterflies instead. Oh, and the whole thing.
Why is it all guys? It's only guys that get picked.
Being broadcast live for the fans.
Are you trying to get me to say that if a woman was picked that she wouldn't make it?
Back at home, so they've basically got the entire country waiting to watch them get blasted on live TV. Alright, so now's when we gotta start talking strategy, and you're probably thinking, what could you even do besides just keep walking and try not to get shot? But guess what? You're already beat, my boy, so better luck next time because real ones know the plan started before we even got here. Now, just like a night at
Real ones know that I shoved a fucking dime bag of meth up my ass. And it's slowly making its way back down. Probably estimated arrival time around 2 p.m. EST the next day. After that, I'm going to snort a little bit of it, and that's going to be a little pick-me-up for the next 3 days.
the club or a date at a fancy restaurant, you're gonna need the right pair of shoes. So you might be thinking,
oh my God, that's the one thing that I'm thinking about is getting blisters. Oh, fuck no. You get a blister like 5 miles in, dude. Some of these guys show up in some like raggedy shoes. Like some shit that's like run down. They've been wearing them for like 6 years. You need some broken in new shoes, but not something that's stiff.
all right, I'll just get a fresh pair of sneakers and be fine. But that's where you're wrong. Because sneakers...
Like this dumbass is wearing Vans! Oh!
Shoes. So you might...
Yo, literally stare at his shoes. You can tell he's cooked from the start. He wearing flat Vans. Flat Vans. This guy's got rain boots on and a safari hat. Huh?
But that's where you're wrong.
What are we gonna go pick flowers? Yo, buddy, you're walking for the next 8 years.
Wrong. Because sneakers are gonna give you blisters after the...
They have no money. Yo, you're getting the money. Your entire family's giving you everything they have for this.
the first couple of miles. So for me, I'm getting a pair of
Oh, you got a Charlie horse.
lightweight hiking boots, like the type you'd see some granola dude wearing on a nature trail. Yeah, I'd want something durable that's gonna last for literally hundreds of miles, and I wouldn't be just taking those bad boys out the box either. Nah, I'm gonna make sure they're broken in before the...
I wouldn't wear shoes. Turtle, you're dying in 5 miles. Turtle, you're cooked. You're dead. You're not gonna wear shoes. You're gonna walk on asphalt. You're gonna walk on asphalt for days.
And if I start power walking too soon, then I'm gonna get tired way too early. But everybody has a watch that shows exactly how fast they're going. So if the only rule is that I can't go slower than 3 miles per hour, then I'm gonna just walk at 3.1 the entire time. See? Easy. And if I catch a warning,
It's too easy. It's too easy to say that. You can't hover at 3.1 because your body's not going to be able to accurately regulate what 3.1 miles per hour is. There's going to be multiple moments where you hover down to 2.9, you get a warning. You probably want to hover around like 3.3. Realistically, like, give yourself a little leeway.
Then maybe I'll speed it up to 3.2 miles per hour. But as long as I'm clear, then it's slow and steady wins the race. But that's not the only reason I'm walking slow. I'm over here playing chess while these other dudes playing checkers. Because at the back of the group, the other guys are blocking the wind, which actually—
You're getting into the fucking aerodynamics, bro. You're getting into the fucking— what, like we're geese flying through the fucking wind right now? I don't think that that's playing a factor. I don't think that the aerodynamic I don't think air resistance, you're not getting Mario Kart Slipstream walking behind this guy. You're not, that's not, I don't think that's going to be meaningful enough to matter at any moment.
makes it even easier for me to avoid getting tired. And the best part is they won't—
Unless it's actually windy outside.
even know that they're helping me while I'm just sitting in the back chilling the whole time. And then getting to the end of this should be quite easy. At 5 miles in, they notice that Stebbins takes his first warning, and my guy Hank starts trying to pick apart his strategy. The others don't see the vision, but he can tell that Captain America back there knows exactly what the hell he's doing. And so far, the dude's not even breaking a sweat. Eventually, they get to a bridge where that creepy dude Barkovich suddenly comes to a stop. He's saying that there's a rock in his boot and takes a hell of a long time to get it out, but he gets up before the soldiers send him off to go night-night. Buddy starts acting like it was all part of his plan, but the others say if that's true, then his plan f***ing sucks. And he storms off all mad to go walk it off by himself. Now they're 7 miles into the hike, with only one more to go before they get to Eminem's house, and the boys start talking about what they'd do with the money if they'd win. But my boy Ray here says that he's not just doing it for the Skrilla. He's here on some big fight the system type and starts breaking it down for the other guys so that they can peep game. Basically,
Oh yeah, they get unlimited money and they also get one wish. I forgot to say that. They get one wish that has to be granted, like a genie. Almost. Something that's like feasibly possible, but it has to be like just any wish, really. Like you could be like, I want to go to fucking Australia. I want to go this place.
they say the game is voluntary, but even though the losers
Yeah, you could ask for unlimited bacon.
get killed, everyone still signs up. So if things are so bad that this is their only way out, then they never really had a choice.
Somebody said unlimited women. That's funny that you say that, because this guy says that he wants 10 hot naked women, and all of the other guys go, you could just pay for that. And he's like, well, but then I know they wouldn't want to be with me. And they all go, well, if you wish for 10 hot naked women, somebody's paying the 10 hot naked women to come sleep with you. So, like, either way, they're getting paid to sleep with you. It's like, so they just start shitting on each other's wishes.
Voluntary, but even though the losers get killed, everyone still signs up. So if things are so bad that this is their only way out, then they never really had a choice in the first place. The others all agree that that is some real talk, which makes Ray here sound like some kind of Greek philosopher. But Pete still wants to get the cash so he can help his friends out back home. That's when this nerdy dude Harkness comes up from the back of the group and says he's decided to write a book about the whole experience. Typical nerds, always trying to make things into a homework assignment. But so far they haven't had any casualties until all of a sudden Malcolm in the middle here starts getting a cramp. And just like that, these boys are about to see their first body. Ray grabs the dude and tries to keep him up, but after a few seconds, Curly starts to crack, and there's nothing they can do to—
I think it was like they all tried helping him too, which was nice. But in the back of my head, dude, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, if you are cramping out at mile 5, it's over. Even if you get past that cramp, if you have any problems in the first 50 miles, it's over.
make him keep going. Terrified, he falls to the ground, begging for mercy, but the soldiers just walk up and one-tap him as soon as time runs out. And that makes
And what's fucking nuts is they don't do some Five Nights at Freddy's shit where, like, they shoot him and it's off camera. They show it. They show every single death. Like a guy, like head fucking exploding out of, oh my God. And it's just right fucking close up, the only thing in frame.
Walker down.
Dude, the most disgusting part, I don't know if he's going to mention it. It's like when you have to, like, 20 hours in, they're all like, dude, we got to take a shit. What do we do? Because pissing, they just turn around. Pete does it early on. He goes, I got to take a piss. So he starts walking backwards, pulls his pants down, and just starts peeing. And everybody has to disperse because they don't want to get pissed on. So, but taking a shit, it's hard because, like, you can't walk and poop. And then one guy gets, like, the shits. And that's bad.
With 49 more to go. All right, now that's some real traumatizing right there. And I'm not gonna lie, now that things are getting real, I'd be starting to regret my decisions about starting this in the first place.
Just poop in a bag. Zod. You got a bag. You're gonna be going. Three miles an hour. You're gonna be able to. 3 miles an hour, you're going to be able to walk fast enough and fucking take a shit in a bag. No way.
But Ray's over here talking about all this we didn't have a choice stuff. Like, buddy, you had to sign up for this voluntarily. That's literally the definition of a choice. But I get what he's saying, on paper or whatever. Ray didn't choose the thug life chose him. But maybe he should have spent less time reading books and more time
I don't think that's what he was saying. I think he was effectively saying that, like, the situation's so bad that you have the choice of signing up, but you would be an idiot not to.
And his money up. Because then he'd be home watching Curly get smoked from the comfort of his living room. Now, just because there's some hypothetical universe where I was dumb enough to sign up for this doesn't mean I'm dumb enough to stick around. And after 7 miles, I'm already gonna be tired as and reality is going to start setting in that I might not be built for this after all. And even with Curly down, I've still only got like a 2% chance of winning, so personally I'd rather take my chances and try to escape. But I'd just get blasted if I try to run, so I need to convince everyone to join me first. Basically, I'd just point out that they all have only a 2% chance of surviving as well, and then secretly make a plan to rush the soldiers.
This is the worst strategy I've ever heard. Hey, we all only have a 2% chance of surviving. Let's all just rush them, and we'll win. They can't kill all of us because then there's no winner. Oh, okay. One guy could just be like, yeah, no, I'm definitely down. Just don't run. Everybody else gets shot. You instant win. What?
The next time we have a good opportunity. I'm thinking we wait until it's nighttime and they're out in the middle of nowhere, and then we all work together to take down the guards. There's only about, 6 or 7 of these guys? And there's still 49 of us. And I'll be honest, our chances of winning the fight are pretty small, but...
Yeah, but they're not gonna want to do that because the reason they're partaking in this isn't because they're trying to change the system. They just want money. And if they kill all the guards, they're just gonna end up getting rushed by the militias that come for reinforcements.
They've got to be better than 2%, right? Now, if you trusted me, that was your biggest mistake. I mean, seriously, there's no way we could take those soldiers. Those guys have tanks. But once the chaos breaks out, I'ma just use everybody as a meat shield, dip into the forest, move to Canada, and change my name. And then I'm never walking more than 50 feet in any direction ever again. They've been walking for hours when Pete finally decides to empty the tank, but since he can't stop, he just turns around and let it rip straight at the other guys. Now they're on mile 17, and Ray tells Pete that he's feeling a little tired, but on the bright side, only 48 more people need to die before he gets to sit down. Pete's feeling it as well, but he tells Ray that the trick for getting through it is to just take things one moment at a time. After a while, they pass a little girl who came out to cheer for Ray like he's one of the damn Jonas Brothers. The others start making fun of him for it, but Pete decides that they should all be on some best friends forever type shit and try to get along instead. So that's how Ray, Pete, Hank, and Art became the Four Musketeers. But of course, Barkovich has to chime in with his little 2 cents just to let everyone know that he is still annoying. That's when Hank starts feeling like something's wrong with his leg, but then out of nowhere, Walker number 1 drops.
Yo, he just starts seizing out. Oh my God. Yo, like a heat stroke or something.
To the floor and starts having a seizure. But there ain't no nurse's office on this field trip, so they just blow his head off as soon as time runs out, and that makes 2 walkers down with 48 more to go. By now, they've been walking for 25 miles, and that's basically an entire-ass marathon, and they aren't stopping anytime soon. The boys start wondering if Barkovich still has his 3 warnings, but he chirps back that he's back down
I was saying my strategy would be to, because it's like they're in the South, so it's pretty warm. So even at night, it's not that cold. And you could tell it's like either spring or summer. So I would probably, you would be more dehydrated, but I think I would walk with no pants on. So every time I needed to shit, I would just fucking shit, you know, like down my leg. It would be disgusting, but like I would never need to pull my pants down. I would just poop or piss. I would just walk straight, piss all over myself. Who cares? You know, just keep walking. Mosquitoes, don't care. Mosquitoes are the least of your problems.
The none, which is when Pete pulls out some kind of tin can full of raw deer meat, and it disgusts Hank so bad that his leg cramp starts coming back. They all start walking a little slower until it passes, but my boy Hank just keeps screwing it all up, and he drops the last little tube full of rations that was supposed to get him through the day. But Ray comes in clutch and gives Hank one of his, because that's just what the Musketeers do. Barkovich starts picking on this kid named Rank for his objectively stupid name, and he rage baits him with a bunch of yo mama jokes until he finally takes a swing. But Barkovich just keeps dodging him like Neo from The Matrix until
Yo, this part was actually kind of funny. Because Barkovich is just like, yo, your name's stupid as fuck. I bet your mom's a bitch. And Rank immediately crashes out, tries to punch him, warning 1, misses. Tries to punch him, warning 2, misses, slides against the asphalt, fucks up his face, and then just eats shit and dies. It's like, everybody's like, Barkovich, you're a murderer. You're a murderer, Barkovich. And it's like, yeah, it's right that Barkovich did rage bait this guy into dying. But, like, I mean, the fact that Rank fell for that is, like, such a weak mentality.
He finally trips and ends up cheese grating his face on the pavement. The others already know what's about to happen, and when Rank can't get up, the soldiers just pull up and dome him right on the spot, making 3 walkers down with 47 more to go. Whoever let Rank sign up for the walk must have really hated Dude, because, I mean, come on, all it takes is one look at the guy to tell that he never stood a chance. I mean, at least...
Actually, though, like, I'm not trying to make fun of this guy as, like, an actor, but, like, they cast and made him perfect role, the clothing, the hairstyle. Bro, you could tell, looking at this guy, you're like, I know he's not winning. I know he's not winning.
He was skinny, but this ain't a trip to summer camp. You need a little bit of that killer instinct to get by, which Buddy here obviously did not have. Like, bro, I'm not about to let some dude named Gary Barkovich get in my head. So if he started trolling me, I'ma just ignore him and keep on walking, because why am I worried about this dude when there's a squad of guys with machine guns waiting to light me up? And you can tell homeboy I hear was an easy target from the way he reacted, because anybody who went to public school knows you never show a bully that it's getting to you. So nah, I would just block it out and use the thought of him getting body bagged as my motivation to keep.
Or if you, like, really didn't care, what I was saying is, like, if I was Rank and I really wanted Barkovich to die and I knew I was going to lose, just fucking put him in a full Nelson. You know? You could take somebody down with you. You would get a warning for impeding against somebody else, but the warning against the other person still stands. So, like, if I tackled Barkovich to the ground, we both die.
Going. And just...
You'd have to catch him. I would just tell him, if you keep fucking with me, I will kill us both.
Because you took a little spill doesn't mean you just give up. Like, rub some dirt in it and get back to walking, my boy. Because my legs would deadass have to be broken before I just sat there and let it happen. But I could actually use this to my advantage as well, because there's nothing in the rules against trolling other players. And even if some of these guys are more athletic, I know I've got them beat when it comes to talking shit. So now I wouldn't want to get everyone mad at me first, because it's still good to have some friends so you can help each other out.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, you don't need to make friends, but you don't want to make enemies, because they could ruin your game.
But anyone from the outside of the friend group is fair game. So I'm gonna start looking for the easiest targets, figuring out what they're most insecure about, and then start trolling them nonstop for the rest of the game. And according to the rules, anyone who attacks another player gets a violation. So all I've got to do is get someone mad enough to take a swing, and I'll...
Bad play, bad play, bad play, bad play. Anybody who attacks another player gets a violation. All right, I made my spoon they gave me into a shiv, and I just stabbed you in the jugular. You're now bleeding out on the ground, and I have 1 warning. You rage baited me for 3 days. I'm kind of hallucinating because I'm on a lack of sleep, and I no longer care, and I just kill you.
I'll be one step...
What? Like, no weapons, Joe? They get... Dude, they... Zod. spoiler. He'll say it. Barkovich, at one point, feels really bad about Rank dying and starts kind of tripping, and he knows he's going to lose, and he doesn't like that he has no friends. So he walks in front of the pack and kills himself in front of everybody. He goes, "You'll be with me forever," and then stabs himself in the jugular, and they all watch him die. They have no weapons, Zod. How did he stab himself? He made a shiv with a spoon, that happens in the movie.
Closer to winner, winner, chicken dinner. And I mean, sure, yeah, it's not the most honorable way to do it, but I'm not afraid to use dirty tactics if that's what I got to do to survive. And since there can only be one winner, I'm gonna make sure I do whatever it takes to get the advantage. The boys all start blaming Barkovich for what happened, even though he's trying to act like he didn't do anything wrong. But now he's easily the most hated guy in the game, and everyone else is just waiting to see him get smoked. Things calm down for a little bit until word starts going around that
what really fucks with Barkovich is Pete goes, "I don't care if I win, I just tell you that I'm living past you." Like something along those lines. Pete literally goes, he's like, at one point, there's like 8 of them left. And he says something, and he's like, "All right, well, like he mentions numbers, and he leaves out one, and it's Barkovich, because he mentioned like an hour prior, he was like, I don't care if I die, I'm just not dying before him."
Walker 45 has the Hershey squirts, and
this part's kind of funny though.
That's when my boy just drops his pants and starts letting it rip right there in the middle of the screen. And I mean, hey, what else are you gonna do here? There's no time to wipe unless he wants to get killed, but he can't hold off the chocolate thunder from down under, and they end up blowing his head off mid-dookie without a moment's hesitation, making 4 walkers down with 46 more to go. Now they're 35 miles in.
The fuck thing about that, too, is like, he poops like 5 times. And they go like, "Oh shit, look, he has the shits. It's bad." And he like smells really bad. He keeps pulling his pants down. Bro, why are you wearing skinny jeans? Why are you wearing skinny jeans? Hey ma, we're going to the long walk today. I'm going to put on my fucking skinny jeans from Old Navy. What? Out of everything, bro, wear sweatpants. Sweatpants or jeans, loose baggy jeans. So ones that you can take off. Cargo pants, shorts. I don't know.
It's getting close to nighttime.
Some baggy shit.
Notices that Ray's got something on his mind, but he says that he'll tell him in the morning, so they've got something to look forward to. He breaks out some of these homemade cookies and starts dreaming about being back at home with his mom, but suddenly he wakes up a few hours later, and Pete says that he's been sleepwalking for miles. Everything seems to be going fine until Ray gets his second warning, and Barkovich starts chiming in with his usual bullshit. That's when Ray trips and gets warning number 3. But even though Pete helps him up, he starts cracking under the pressure and spazzing out on his own boys.
Yeah, bro, because he's got 3 warnings. If he fucking falls back again in the next 3 hours, he's dead.
Now it's time for their greatest challenge yet, a hill. And Stebbins says that they're about to start dropping like flies. The place
Yeah, he said, I think he said something along the lines of like, last year, 12 people died on this hill. Or like 15. He was like, more than half of the people left die here. Because it's like a fucking 300-meter stretch of just like a full incline.
Starts sounding like a Call of Duty match as anyone who slows down gets blasted, and Barkovich is still yapping the entire time. All Ray can do is lock in and ignore the rifle pointed straight at his face, but when he's about to give up, Pete grabs his arm and helps him push through. Ray apologizes for losing his cool, but Pete's already squashed the beef. And Art and Hank survived the climb too, so it looks like the Musketeers are still going strong. Only 18 of them.
Bro, it's this guy. Is his name Art? I don't know which one's Art.
Still going strong.
They usually refer to each other by the people refer to them by their numbers. This guy chews a singular piece of gum the entire time. The entire time. He's like, me and the gum got to make it together. Dude, that shit gets stale an hour in. You're 35 hours in chewing on the same piece of gum.
Hank survived the climb too, so it looks like the Musketeers.
Flavor's gone, dude. It would turn into a rock.
Tears are still going strong. Only 18 of them survive until the morning, and now they're 59 miles in, with every step getting harder and harder. Alright, now the fellas just survived their first night, and if I was able to make it through that, then I'd be starting to feel a lot more confident about my chances of winning this entire thing. But since we're down to only 18 survivors, I officially have a 5% chance of winning. And that's still not great, but it's better than nothing.
Not great, that's ass! That's ass. More than half of the people are dead, bro. You still got a fucking 1 in 20.
Right? And honestly, I gotta try to look on the bright side because after walking 60 fucking miles nonstop, I'm gonna be the most exhausted that I've ever been in my entire life. Like, I don't know if you fully realize this, but that's 2 marathons without stopping. So unless I gave myself an adamantium skeleton like Wolverine, my legs, knees, hips, ankles, hell, everything are gonna feel like they're on fire. And my feet are gonna be so covered in bloody blisters. So yeah,
you're gonna be bleeding like crazy. They're not mentioning that. Like, you're regardless of what shoes you're wearing, your feet are going to be so fucked.
When this is all over, I'm gonna need one hell of a spa day. So it's understandable why Ray crashed out on his boys, but honestly right now, that's the worst possible thing you could do. Now I know we're all in a competition here, but as soon as I saw that hill coming up, I would be making sure that I was best friends with everybody, because I'm gonna need somebody to help me if I start looking like I'm gonna go down. But here's the thing, the hill might be scary, but just like everything else, the right strategy makes this whole thing easy. And that's why you're gonna catch me at the back of the pack, because just like before, I'm letting the other—
That's why you're gonna catch me at the back of the pack. Just like the aerodynamics video that I showed you of the cow walking through the wind, I'm going to be getting a lot easier of a walk than the other people. They're going to be pushing through the wind that I'll be briskly gliding through.
other guys take the wind to make my life slightly—
Yo, it's not the wind. It's not the wind. Oh my God. The wind, bro, it's the fact that you're walking up a 45-degree incline fighting against gravity. It's not the air resistance that's fucking killing people. It's that you're walking for 24 hours straight. It's the middle of the night, it's fucking raining, and it's hilly.
easier, and then all I gotta do is get into a rhythm and power through. But what's scarier to me is the stuff that I can't control, like needing to sleep and go to the bathroom. Obviously, I would just try and stay awake and hold it in for as long as humanly possible, and that's probably gonna work for a day or two, but we need a backup plan just in case nature calls. You know, taking a shit is gonna be easy because, like, just let it rip as you keep on walking. I mean, it's completely disgusting, right? And embarrassing as hell, but it's better than getting capped while you're squeezing one out. So personally, I'm gonna be spreading it down the road like an old dog and just keep it pushing. But sleep though, that's gotta be the real challenge because eventually I'm gonna get tired. But this one's easy too if you've got the right strategies.
Yo, he's so in on aerodynamics. I'm just waiting for him to be like, and now that I think about it, I'd actually walk into the battle with a latex suit on to reduce my drag within the wind and make the walk even easier for me. I'm gonna nair every hair on my body. And I'm going to wear a slick morph suit.
So for me, I would just team up with a group of guys and work together so we could sleep one at a time. I'm not saying that we'll get the full—
Well, you don't really sleep. It's like this weird, you would be able to rest, but that's what it is. Like they kind of start sleepwalking. They have to carry each other kind of.
8 hours, probably like 30 seconds at best, but every little bit helps. And when this is all
You would micro sleep.
over, I'm gonna be laid up in the bed for a week.
What animals do that? There's animals that micro sleep.
Pete asks Ray if he thinks that he's gonna make it, but honestly, he's been having some doubts, and Pete admits that he gave up on winning a long time ago. He says,
"Ooh, yeah, he said at some point he's just gonna sit down."
That he wanted to believe that they wouldn't actually kill everyone because I guess he forgot that this is literally a death game. But now that reality came knocking, he doesn't think that he has what it takes to outlast the others. At mile 67, they come up on 2 kids on bikes who are about to witness something traumatizing. Everyone is feeling a little tense, and Hank's barely holding on, but that's when Harkness gets his first—
Yo, that motherfucker should have gave up miles ago. He breaks his foot walking up the hill like 8 hours prior. Breaks his foot. Fucking snaps. He's walking on a stub and his fucking foot is just hanging the other way, right? Like if this is his foot and he's walking like this, it's like his foot's to the side. He's walking on like the stub of his foot. And at some point he's like, I can't keep going. I'm like, yo, the second you broke your foot, you should have just sat down. Like you're not winning.
Warning. He snapped the out of his ankle back on the hill, and he's been walking on the bloody stump ever since. But it looks like he's finally reached the end of the line. The dude starts crying as he realizes what's about to happen, and everyone else knows that he's already done for. So Art starts shouting at the kids to look away, but they just sit there and watch as the soldiers blow his head schmoove off. making 33 walkers down with 17 more to go. Pete and Ray didn't like watching the nerd get done dirty, but Stebbins and Barkovich both start mouthing off again, and the truth is only one of them gets to survive, so they better get comfortable watching people they like get smoked. And with that, they've officially made it 100 miles, which is when Art notices that
that's almost 4 marathons back to back.
Major still seems like he's not even tired, but Stebbins says the guy gets to sleep and take showers, so he's living the life of luxury while they're out there fighting to survive. Ray notices that Stebbins has a little cough, but he plays it off like it's just his allergies. But then all of a sudden, this one dude tries to dip out and make a run for it, but the soldiers light him up before he even makes it past the sidewalk, making 34 walkers down with 16 more to go. Oh my god. Alright, now I'm sorry, but this dude should have just dropped out at the beginning and saved everyone the trouble. Like, that was honestly the worst escape attempt that I've ever seen. And Buddy...
I get him trying to escape in the city, but it's like, actually, best case, he should have just dipped at night into the woods when, like, there's low visibility and he would be able to, like, duck behind trees.
Could have at least given us a fucking heads up first, like, damn, maybe I wanted to escape. But now, they're all gonna be ready for it. But anyways, I don't know what the guy was thinking, but he obviously hasn't been playing enough COD, because otherwise he'd know that glass doesn't stop bullets. Well, unless it's bulletproof glass, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, genuinely though, what was Bro's plan here? To run in a straight...
I think he should have darted behind the car. Maybe dodge a few of the bullets and then kind of bounce behind the building and just run.
Straight line and not even try to find cover. That door was probably locked anyway. So my man was clearly better at walking than coming up with ideas. But it got me thinking, how would I have done this? Well, honestly, at this point, I've already been walking for 100 miles, so my legs aren't exactly feeling fresh. And with only 16 players left, I'd have to be pretty dumb to even try. I mean, these guys literally have machine guns and tanks, so what the hell am I even supposed to do here? But maybe, just maybe, there's a way that we could pull it off. Now, if you want to do this successfully, the backup plan has to start before you even entered the game. So I'm gonna get one of my boys from the outside to make a signal, like a certain wave or a little dance I could hit to let them know that it's time. Then I would tell them to check the TV every hour, and if they see me hitting the Dougie, it'll be their sign to meet me a few miles up the road. But as for me, I would wait until it was...
What, you're gonna get in a getaway car? Bro, they're in military vehicles. They're gonna fucking blow you up.
It's nighttime and we were out in the middle of nowhere, and then wait for a good distraction, like one of the other players getting popped. Then
there is also restrictions. Like, they close these roads off. There's people that are allowed to, like, spectate on the side, but, like, you wouldn't be able to just, like, pull up in a car.
I would just dip out as fast as I could into the woods and use the nature around me for cover, ducking behind trees and rocks and shit until I was able to lose the soldiers, make it to the getaway car, and get the hell up out of there. But to be honest, I'm probably not even making it more than 10 feet, even with the best plan that I could think of. So right now, it's probably better to just stick around and try to actually win this thing. By mile 103, they start...
Where is this taking place? I think it's in, like, Arkansas or somewhere. It's, like, somewhere in the South.
They're talking about what they would wish for if they win. Ray says you're supposed to wish for something that money can't buy. And when it's Pete's turn, he says that he's gonna wish for the walk to have 2 winners. That way, not everybody has to get capped. Now they want to know what Ray would wish for, but he decides that he doesn't want to jinx it by saying it out loud, so all he'll say is that he wants his wish to change the world. They make it through the night without...
No, and I think he says he would tell Ray, like, the next day. And he said he would spoiler. I mean, if you're this far in, you don't really care about spoilers. He says he would wish for a carbine, and they would have to give it to him on the spot, and he would shoot the major in the head. And they wouldn't kill him because you're the winner and everybody cares about... That'd be like you killing the Hunger Games winner. Like, people would be pissed.
At mile 144, it's pretty obvious that Stebbins, yeah, he ain't doing so well. Things get pretty tense when Art has to pull over for a quick dookie, but he's able to get it out before he catches one to the face. Now that they're alone, Pete asks Ray about that wish again, but he says that he'll only tell him if he keeps it a secret. It turns out that his dad used to show him all kinds of stuff that the government didn't like, but one night, 12 kicked in the door waving the 4-4. door and dragged Pops out into the street. They gave him one last chance to be a good NPC, but my boy decided to stand his ground, so they blew his face off right there on the spot. That's why Ray decided to join the walk, because if he wins, he's gonna wish for a rifle and use it to slime the Major live on TV. Pete starts pointing out some flaws in his plan, like how his dad would still be around if he just lied, and he doesn't think that Ray actually has what it takes to kill someone. He thinks it's more important to actually appreciate their lives instead of going around looking for revenge. But Ray is convinced
Yo, this movie is so fucking peak, bro.
that his only choice is to slide for his old man. They pass a family of rednecks watching from the side of the road, and Ray says that they're only here to watch somebody get murked. But Pete reminds him that they all live in the same messed up country, and if Ray doesn't believe that there's still good in the world, then there's no reason even trying to win. Up ahead, they see a rainbow in the distance, and this makes old Pete start feeling a little emotional, so he grabs Ray by the shoulder.
Yo, I remember rewatching this scene because it was supposed to be an emotional scene about the rainbow, and all I could focus on was this kid looking like he just shit his pants in the front.
Up ahead, they see a rainbow in the distance, and this makes old Pete start feeling a little
Just fucking, like, hobbling.
So he grabs Ray by the shoulder and decides that they should be more than just friends. By now, they're pretty much brothers, but in the end, somebody's got to be an only child. Okay.
Ooh, that's cold.
Okay, well, now I understand why Ray was dumb enough to sign up, because his dad was a total idiot as well. So I hate to say it, but Ray's entire family has f***ed up here. I mean, we all break the rules sometimes, you know?
Yo, this guy is fucking, he's like, I don't care about the emotional shit. Yo, this family's fucking stupid. Ray signed up like a dumbass because his dad's a dumbass.
But when you're a grown man with a wife, kid, you gotta be a little more careful. If there's one thing you don't want to mess with, it's the government. Especially when you live in some kind of 1984 world where you could just get smoked for just owning a book. Being a rebel is all fun and games until a legit military death squad kicks your door down. And at least for me, I would have immediately started acting like the most patriotic American that these guys have ever seen. But I don't think you're really hearing me. I'm saying I would have turned into Stan Smith the moment these fuckers showed up. No troublemakers here, sir. Just three people who love the good old red, white, and blue. Because honestly, how hard is it to just lie? And then as soon as they were gone, I'd just go right back to doing my OG shit. But since Dad had to go fight the system, that gave Ray this bright idea to go follow in his footsteps, and look how that turned out. He could be back at home watching this all on TV, but now he'll be lucky just to survive. So sorry, Ray, but you and your daddy done f***ed up. By mile 170, the boys are barely holding on, and Walker number 4's feet are starting to look like ground beef. When he can't handle the pain, he tries going up to a tank for some help, but the soldiers just run his freaking legs over and
oh my god, I forgot about this shit. Yo, like, he goes up to the tank for help. I thought they would just kick him off, bro. They just run him over.
Blast him in the head. Just 2 seconds later, this dude Tressler starts ripping off his clothes like he's about to turn into a werewolf. But the second he hits the side of the road, the soldiers just mow him down, making 36 walkers down with 14 more to go. By mile 201, another 7 walkers have gone down, leaving only 7 still in the game. It's nighttime again, and Ray is still holding on, but it looks like Hank could be the next to go. Stebbins chimes in that he looks ready to give up, so Ray goes over to—
Nah, bro. Yo. Chat, I know we're watching the whole film's, like, summary right now. It is so much more, like, gritty right here. Stebbins, because you're watching this, you're like an hour and a half into the film. You know all these characters. Stebbins walks in. He goes, "Hey, Ray, you exhausted?" And Ray's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted." He goes, "You're not exhausted." He goes, "Look at Hank. Hank can't even speak." He starts like, and then it zooms in on Hank. Hank hasn't spoken in like 30 minutes in the show or in the movie, which is like days. Like Hank hasn't spoken in a day. He's barely walking. He like lost his tooth. He's fucking losing his mind.
Check on his man, but the dude is completely out of it. And after dropping some quick philosophical bars, he runs up to one of the tanks and grabs somebody's rifle. But they blast him and let him bleed out to set an example for the others. Art can't handle watching his buddy suffer, so Ray has to come pull him off before they both get killed. But there's nothing they can do besides keep going, so that makes 44 walkers down with only 6 more to go. They make it another few miles before anyone's ready to talk again, and to make things even worse, this guy Collie tells everyone that Hank actually had a wife. That makes him the only married man in the entire group, and he can't believe the dude would risk it when he had somebody like that back at home. Pete decides they should all promise to give some money to Hank's wife if they survive, and even Stebbins finally agrees. It turns out he was actually getting sick after all, but he still thinks that there's a chance that he can win. Now at this point you might have forgotten that crazy old Barkovich is still alive, and he's personally offended that Pete didn't ask him to join the club, so he goes up to Ray and starts trying to apologize.
Yo, and this is like some fucking psycho. Dude, it feels like a Joker scene. Oh, it's the most replayed scene. This feels like a Joker scene, bro. He grabs Ray and he's like, I gotta be part of the friend group, right? Like, you guys hate me, but like, I didn't mean to make fun of that rank kid like 3 days ago. It's like, it's not my fault that he's dead. He's fucking like sitting doing like, it's like a 10-minute scene too. He's like right next to his face, like whispering in his ear. It's so creepy. And the whole time I'm like, I'd be worried he would stab me.
But the more this guy talks, the more it's obvious why he doesn't have any friends. I mean, he's nuttier than a squirrel fart on a winter's day, and says that he can't keep the voices out of his head, so Ray just tries playing it cool so the dude doesn't snap. He's finally able to get rid of him without the guy doing anything crazy, but just when it seems like he's...
Yeah, no, and the whole time, dude, Pete's 3 feet away. Barkovich is going, can you ask Pete if I could be a part of the friend group? Like some fucking second grader shit. And Ray goes, yeah, man, I'll ask him. And he walks like 2 feet over to Pete and he goes, Barkovich wants to be a part of the friend group. The whole time Pete fucking hears what they're talking about. It's like so weird.
Finally starting to get it together, he walks straight to the front of the group and decides to quit the competition early, making 40...
Yo, quit the competition early, bro. He fucking cuts his neck open in front of all of them. And he says some weird ass shit. He's like, I'll be with you guys forever.
5 walkers down.
Just traumatizes all of them.
With only 5 more to go. Alright, now I might be wrong for saying this, but at least they don't have to deal with that guy anymore. We're officially down to the last 5 walkers, which means that we now all have a 20% chance of winning. But as you can see, more and more of these dudes is starting to crack. Now, we all knew that Barkovich was crazy from the beginning, but you're probably wondering what happened with Captain Underpants over here. Well, I'll tell you. It's called paradoxal undressing. And basically, it's what happens when somebody goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They just rip off all their clothes and start running around like a crazy person. So yeah, walking nonstop for almost 200 miles will do that to you. And now we're not just talking about the physical challenge of walking anymore, because the mental side of things is going to be just as hard. So I'd need to make sure that I don't end up going nuts this close to the finish line. But actually, it's really not that hard as you might think. So what I'm gonna do now is start picking something up ahead, like a tree or a sign, and just stay focused on getting there. Then keep repeating that process one little bit at a time. And this is when I'm gonna start blocking everything out. So if one of these guys gets capped, no they didn't. They just went on an all-inclusive vacation to Aruba. And as a matter of fact, that's where I am too. You see, now...
So you would purposefully make yourself insane and ignore them? Like, I think it's easier said than done. Because the connections you would build in this game would be so rapid. Like, Pete and Ray basically go from strangers to best friends in 3 days. Because you're just with the... You're, like, both... You're trauma bonded. You know? Like, you're both experiencing something that's fucking insane. And you already are friendly with each other. It's
now
like,
I can't get tired because...
You couldn't just ignore that.
In my head, I'm already at the beach just kicking back and chilling. And if I just refuse to accept reality, then the other players, yeah, they ain't gonna stand a chance. At mile 260, they passed
10 marathons. 10 marathons. Back to back. Back to back 10 marathons.
by a flaming car crashed on the side of the road. Collie decides this moment calls for a sing-along, and they all start singing "Oh My Darling Clementine" in honor of Hank's wife. Now it's sunrise on day number 5, and they're getting close to the town where Ray's family lives. Collie says he's lucky for getting to see his mom, and he's pissed that he won't get the same chance again before he dies. But Pete thinks that seeing her is only going to make things worse. At mile 286, they finally make it to Freeport, but Ray's boots fall apart as soon as he gets to town, so he has to ditch them and start walking in his soggy socks. Which is when he turns to see his mother watching from the side of the road. It's a heartbreaking moment, but instead of passing her,
oh my god, this scene made me cry, bro.
Turns around and starts saying that he's sorry until Pete finally comes to pull him back. He's having a full-blown panic attack about having to leave her, so Pete starts telling him a story about his childhood. He says his parents both died in the war, so he had to go live with his drunk of an uncle. But then he died from drinking too much, so he fell in with a group of bad dudes and turned to a life of crime. One day he got into a scrap with a dude who sliced him up, and that's how he got his scars. But when he woke up in the hospital, he realized that it was time to turn his life around, which is why he always looks at things from the bright side. But he says it takes a lot of work not to go.
Pete saved him. Pete saves Ray like 10 times in the film.
Back to his old ways. So he wants to use his prize money to help out other struggling kids. And if Ray wins, Pete says that he needs to give up on revenge and go back to his mom because he deserves to have a second chance instead of throwing it away. At mile 306, Stebbins decides it's time for—
Like, that is an unreal distance, bro. What is 300 miles? What's like distance from Pittsburgh? What's like a known thing? Like, what's Philly to New York? Philly to New York is only 94 miles. Okay, Philly to Boston. Philly to Boston. Philly to Boston distance. 306 miles. That is the exact distance that they're... So, if you could walk from Pennsylvania through New Jersey, through New York, through all of Connecticut, and through half of Massachusetts, and that's the distance they've walked. A 5-hour nonstop drive.
For a new deal. He says they need to stop helping each other and let nature take its course. And even though Pete doesn't like it, Ray agrees that he's probably right. The only one who hasn't said anything is Collie, and out of nowhere he rushes for a rifle and takes down one of the soldiers. They instantly shoot him in the gut, but he decides to quit the game before they can finish the job, and that makes 46 walkers down, with only 4 more to go. Alright, now we're down to the final 4, and I don't know who Stebbins thinks he is making demands over here, but he's clearly on death's door, and the boys have him outnumbered 3-1. So, honestly, why the hell would they listen to this guy? Of course, he wants them to stop working together because he knows it's the only chance he has of surviving until the end, but honestly, he's in no position to be calling the shots. So if it were me, I would try making him a deal. Think about it this way, right? Stebbins is getting sick.
I don't know, man. I feel like you could just rip a warning. Like, I think if I fucking dead-legged Stebbins here, he is fucked. Like, that's... You get one warning for punching someone. If I walked up to Stebbins and I just fucking roundhouse him right in the kneecap, I think he is fucking instantly folding and he's not getting up. Like, I have a warning now. I'll walk for an hour straight. You know, if he's dead.
So he doesn't have that much longer, but he's also got a fresh pair of sneaks that he'll probably never use. And Ray isn't going to make it much farther on his bare feet, so if I were Ray, I would agree that it's every man for himself, but only if Stebbins lets me have the shoes. Then it's actually a fair competition. And if he disagrees,
he would never agree with that. Then it would just be like, all right, let's keep walking.
I'll just keep working with the boys and take the shoes once he drops out. At this point, they've been going for 324 miles, and now Art's nose is starting to bleed like a garden hose. Stebbins says that it's probably internal bleeding, and the other guys try to keep him up, but Art eventually cannot go on any longer, and tells Pete that he should be proud for coming all this way. The boys say their goodbyes, and Art makes them promise to give his necklace to his grandmother, but now it's time for the 3 musketeers to become the 2, and the boys keep walking on as the soldiers take him out, making 47 down with only 3 more to go. At mile 326,
y'all gotta watch this movie. I don't care if you know the fucking ending, bro. It's so sad actually watching like that versus like hearing what happens versus actually seeing it. He literally goes, "You guys gotta promise me you won't look," and he's like, "You gotta promise me you won't look," and then they're like, "Okay." And then he fucking just walks and sits, and you see it in the back, but they're just like, they literally just go, and they hear the gunshot.
Major's still piping up with his motivational speakers. Ray starts cursing him out, but the dude's still treating it like a game show. And that's when Stebbins decides that it's time to reveal his secret. He starts comparing himself to the rabbit in a dog race, saying he's supposed to be like a machine that the other guys couldn't catch. It turns out the Major is actually this guy's dad, and he's got dozens of unwanted kids spread out all over the country. So Stebbins...
Yeah, he's like a bastard child. Stebbins is the Major's kid, but the Major, he thought the Major didn't know that he was his kid, but then he ends up saying like, oh, the Major knew the whole time. And what gives it away at the very start of the movie is he just calls your number and gives you your dog tag, and the only guy the Major says good luck to is Stebbins. The only guy. At least that's how I saw it. I would have to rewatch it to double check. But I remember in the beginning of the movie, I was watching it with Brooke. I was like, that's weird. The Major said good luck to only Stebbins. Out of everybody.
Wish was to just for the guy to finally treat him like a son, but now he can feel his body giving out. So instead of dying like a wild animal, he decides
body giving out, bro. He says, I remember he said, I feel my lungs filling with liquid. I'm gonna die.
To go out with some dignity. Before he goes, he warns the boys what to expect when they reach the finish line, but that's when he stops and takes his final warning, and the soldiers blow.
He says there's gonna be. He said there's spectators at the end. They want to see the last kill. He said just keep walking. He said it's gonna rain tonight or some shit. I love the rain. And then he just said, fucking do it. And then they kill him.
Away as soon as his time is up, making 48 down with only 2 more to go. They've gone 331 miles when they hit their first big crowd, and these sickos actually start cheering them on. But as Pete looks over at Ray, he decides that he's ready to stop. All of a sudden, he drops back down and takes a knee, but Ray isn't ready to let him go, so he picks up his friend and starts pushing him down the road. He asks Pete to walk just a little bit farther, so he decides to hang in there for his friend, but while he's distracted, Ray stops and let his timer run out. The soldiers instantly shoot him twice in the side, and Pete rushes to pick him up, but Ray tells him that he loves him as the soldiers drag him away. Knowing that he's done for, Ray apologizes to his mom as the Major steps up to finish him off, and that makes 49 down with 1 lucky winner.
And they show it, bro. They show it. That's what's you would think that they would do the monologue and then it would be like the gunshot and it would just be on Pete. No, they show him die.
But Pete's story is not over.
Because it makes you feel like you're Pete.
Yeah, the guy starts breaking down as the fireworks go off and the entire crowd starts to celebrate, but that's when the Major comes to ask for his wish, and thinking it over, he wishes for a soldier's rifle. The Major lets it happen, thinking there's no way he's actually gonna.
You knew he was gonna ask for it too, because earlier he was like, man, the rifle ain't gonna fix anything. And then the Major interrupts Pete crying and he's like, what's your wish?
Shoot somebody, but the second he gets his hands on it, he ups the weapon and blasts the Major straight in the chest, killing him right on the spot. With his wish fulfilled, Pete turns to walk down the empty street, leaving the crowd behind him. In the end, that makes 50 down.
No, that is not the ending. Everybody disappears. He doesn't leave the crowd. The ending's supposed to be that he has to continue walking because killing the Major didn't actually solve anything. Because the dystopia is still going to exist. So you still have to keep walking because the long walk will still exist. It will still occur. There were people around him, and that's just not what... He didn't leave everybody.
With only 1 survivor, and at least Pete managed to get some revenge for his friend, but I'm thinking next time he might just want to stay home instead. The Long Walk, and I mean...
Fucking peak movie, bro. We didn't really get into how to beat it. Outside of aerodynamics. Bro, the strategy really is have a backpack full of useful items, have good shoes, have a plan for everything. Don't run. You're never going to be able to run. You're going to die. Don't sign up. If you do sign up now, you just got to plan everything out. Maybe make some friends, but don't get too attached to them. And then don't be the guy to self-sacrifice and be a hero. Don't be the hero, right, in that situation. Be the guy that just wins. Count me down. God of War would be epic. I wouldn't have got it. If you have any How are you even supposed to prepare for Jeopardy anyway?
In July of 2024, I appeared on the game show Jeopardy, fulfilling the kind of lifelong dream you'd expect the son of 2 librarians to have. All things considered, it went very well. I won 9 games before losing my 10th game on a tragic math error.
I haven't watched Jeopardy since 2018, maybe. That, Jeopardy's a show you watch with, your grandparents. And you never know the answer to any of the questions, and neither do they. So I never understand the appeal of Jeopardy as a show. I think it's fascinating to see these people know just really obscure knowledge, right? Brady said, I love watching Jeopardy. Very unsurprising, Brady. Very unsurprising. You telling me you like Jeopardy is like somebody telling me that the sky is blue. That's like very unsurprising. What I do want to say is, in my years of watching Jeopardy, I have only known the answer to 3 of the questions. And it's always the questions that they don't know. Like Jeopardy contestants will know very obscure things, but get who won the last year's Super Bowl wrong. Like they just read books, bro. They just know shit. Like how are you just a thesaurus of knowledge? They don't teach them the topics. It's not scripted, chat. These guys are just geniuses. Like this guy's a fucking smart ass motherfucker. Like somebody said autism. Maybe it's like a savant thing, but I doubt every contestant on Jeopardy is autistic. I think they just know stuff, bro. How? Like they walk in and the topic will be like random quotes from the 1300s. Who said this? Oh, I know. Bank. The son of the king in this time. Who the fuck would know that?
Well, tragic for me. I think Jay liked it. One of the most common questions...
Bro only won $1,799.
One of the most...
Yo, that's what sucks about Jeopardy. In Wheel of Fortune, even if you lose, you still win the amount of money you ended the game with. In Jeopardy, if you're not first place, you get like $1,000. Fucking wipe your ass with $1,000 in today's economy. You could give somebody $1,000. That's a lot of money. You're flying there, brother. Staying there. Yeah, they're probably paying for it. $1,000. It's taxable income.
Common questions I got after appearing on Jeopardy, other than why did they let you?
It's okay. $1,000 individually, not as bad. What pisses me off is shows like America Says, bruh. America Says prize. How much do they win? $15,000. Whoop-de-doo. 15 grand split amongst 4 people, bruh. Are you serious? A potential $15,000. Lame. That's not, bro, like, I think if you get on a game show and win, you should get, like, a year's salary. Like, I understand America Says isn't the most popping show of all time, but it's like any of these weird fucking knockoff game shows that are on the Game Show Network, bro. The prize is like 10 grand and there's like a team of 5. 2,000 a person, maybe. Like Family Feud, you could win and still not get 20 grand. You could win and still get $5 a point and walk home with $300 fucking dollars and your dick in your hand. Like, what the fuck? That's terrible. $4,000 is life-changing money. No, it's not. What? $4 grand is not life-changing money. Most people can't even pay off 10% of their student loans. $4,000 fucking dollars. $4,000. It helps you. It's helping you in the next 3-4 months. It's not life-changing money. What is life-changing money? A life-changing amount of money to win is like $100,000. That's life-changing. That's you pay off your student loans and you could put a down payment on a car or a house. Like 100 grand's like, damn, that's money. You know? No, it's not. I'm saying life-changing in the fact that it's changing your life. Not life-changing like, oh, it's going to make you rich, right? But like it helps, it changes your life and day-to-day finances significantly.
How do you prepare for Jeopardy? Jeopardy has been around for over 40 years, but one surprising thing to me is that there are a lot of people out there who seem to believe that Jeopardy will give you some kind of study guide for what will appear when you're on it. This is not true, which is fortunate for me because I hate studying. Until you step foot on the
And how do you just know that shit? Like what? How do you just know stuff? Like, can we look up a random Jeopardy question? Like, I step up on the Jeopardy board. The IT guy, published first. State of emergency. TV, a bill in Congress and unending. And TV isn't going to be like, which friend, what is the name of Monica's brother in Friends? It's not like pop culture quiz. It'll be like, who was the director of the original Bill Cosby show? And like, and they just know.
Whilst you're backstage, you have no idea what you're going to be asked about. Think of all those famous viral videos where contestants...
Tom Landry perfected the shotgun formation with this team. And that's one that they don't know. What?
And struggle to
The Bills?
identify basic things about
You just know that.
rap music or sports. If they gave us a study guide ahead of time, don't you think somebody would be able to identify who the Dallas Cowboys are? So this raises a question.
Oh, you guys were just wrong. That's just throwing out fucking random shit. There was like 3 people that said the Cowboys. Everybody was saying the Bills.
How are you supposed to prepare for Jeopardy? I decided to make this video as a sort of guide for what I did. Keep in mind that I'm not an all-time great of the show, so take what I say with a grain of salt. With that in
All-time great of the show, bro. You won how many games in a row? I think if you win Jeopardy one time, you have enough knowledge to be able to tell me how the game works.
mind, I proudly present the definitive guide on how to win up to, but no more than, 9 games on Jeopardy.
How much money did he win? 9 games of Jeopardy? I feel like averagely they're winning like 10 to 20K an episode. Isaac Hirsch, winnings Jeopardy. He won more than 200K. He's one of Jeopardy's newest must-watch players. Yo, I wish there was like a fantasy league for Jeopardy where you could just bet on players. I feel like you could tell, bro. There's motherfuckers that step up there and you just know they're going to suck. And they're still geniuses. You ever see an episode of Jeopardy where like one guy answers one question and he gets it wrong? I love that. He's just standing up there 30 minutes of runtime. He's a placeholder. He's just... They end the round negative. You ever see that shit? Because you could go in the negative. Yo, they should make it like high risk, high reward. You have to pay Jeopardy if you end in the negative. That would be awesome. Like, everybody would be so scared to answer the questions. You're just like... And going into Double Jeopardy, we have Ryan with negative $10,000. He's just fucking shitting himself. There's like a 7-foot security guard standing behind him. He's just nervous.
Presumably, if you're interested in appearing on Jeopardy in the first place, you're at least a little interested in learning things and you know some stuff already. Although if you're not interested in learning things and you know nothing and you still want to appear on Jeopardy, I respect the hustle. It can be intimidating because Jeopardy can ask about literally anything. While Jeopardy can theoretically ask about everything, it can't literally ask about everything. There are certain things Jeopardy simply won't ask about because they're too obscure to reasonably expect contestants to know. For example, Jeopardy basically never asks about one of my favorite authors, the British spy novelist Eric Ambler, because not many people read his books nowadays and he's just not considered that important. So there's really only a limited...
Okay, like they're still asking such obscure things. What do you mean? They don't ask about Eric Ambler. Dude, they're asking about like random passages of Shakespeare. Like, just, I know he's popular, but, like, who knows that?
Number of things that Jeopardy will expect people to know and therefore ask about, and that limited number of things we'll call the canon, with one N, not like a weapon. There's no definitive guide as to what's in the canon, but the more you watch Jeopardy, the more you get a general sense for what it is. There are certain things that come up so often that you must...
What's, like, a thing that you would really need to know? History. Historical knowledge is really important. What else? Like how law, but that's history. That like encompasses history. Sports, I feel like they don't really ask a lot about. Random pop culture stuff, but like really like artsy fartsy pop culture shit.
Must know them as a prerequisite for appearing on the show. World capitals, Shakespeare's plays, the presidents and where they're from, etc.
The presidents and where they're from. Yeah, where was Woodrow Wilson born?
One way to figure out what Jeopardy will ask about is to look at what they've asked about in the past. There's a wonderful website, j-archive.com, that has
recent Final Jeopardy. This author's wish to use different ink colors to represent multiple point of views was granted in 2012, 83 years after the novel's publication. Gun to my head, that's going off 1 million times before I get that. This author showed that abysses may exist inside a governess. A heroine? What the fuck? This author showed that abysses may exist inside a governess. A heroine who was a commonplace spinster. Heroin. Am I saying that wrong? That word is heroin. The drug. Heroin? A female hero. They should change the name of that. The spelling of a female hero is the same spelling of a drug that people inject in themselves with dirty needles. Why are they spelled the same? Heroin doesn't have an E. Well, maybe let's change the word a little bit more than one letter. Heroin. I would have read that shit as heroin. I did read it as heroin. First Ladies. In 1941, she served briefly as co-director of the Office of Civilian Defense. Who would know that? Who would know that? That's a $100 question. That's easy. That's easy. 500 hard. On June 3rd, 1948, the 200-inch Hale telescope was dedicated atop this mountain. That one actually seems more reasonable. Let's go to a recent episode. Current season. We're going to go to the most recent episode. Midnight's Adults in Children's Literature. I'm in Sephora without my glasses. A minor distraction, rock, rap, and remember. Nothing But a G Thang is a classic collab between Snoop Dogg and this man. Like that one, there's a world where I could guess it. Nothing But a G Thang, Dr. Dre. Okay, then let's go. Rosa Parks sued this duo for using her name on a 1998 hit, but it still made Rolling Stone's list of 50 greatest hip-hop songs. I don't know a rap song that used... What was the answer? Outkast and Cameron. Empire State of Mind by Nas was a hit for Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Is a classic by the three-letter man who feud with Jay. I got that shit! I got that shit! That's $1,000. Oh my God, wait, actually I know some of these answers. All right, let's do one that I wouldn't know. Use your sixth sense. The Sixth Amendment to the Constitution says the accused has the right to a trial that is both public and this. Private? Speedy. Fuck.
As basically every game of Jeopardy that has ever been played. If you want to know whether Jeopardy will ask about a thing, let history be your guide. It's worth mentioning that the people who currently make Jeopardy have stated that they don't want people to be able to prepare just by memorizing J-Archive, and thus they continue to include more wordplay and vocabulary categories, things that are harder to study for via rote memorization. Some of the most dreaded Jeopardy categories actually have the smallest canon. Think of opera. Have you ever seen an opera? I haven't. I'm a complete Philistine. But the number of important operas and opera composers Jeopardy can actually ask about is pretty small. It's under 100 in my estimation. And once you start to figure out what those operas are, you start to be able to tell your Madame Butterflies from your Carmens from your...
Bro, but then you're just learning stupid shit that you're never going to get asked about. Like, you're just studying, bro, like, just walking into a library and reading shit. just to mind meld, dude. Just sponge information. I'm training for Jeopardy. I'm just going to go sit in on a 3,000 level class in college.
Or Il Scagliati's, which isn't an opera but some gibberish I just made up. One thing that separates Jeopardy from other trivia game shows is that there's a general tilt in the question writing towards things that are academically important. This means that you could learn a lot of what Jeopardy asked about if you'd just been paying attention in school the whole time. Unfortunately for me, I was too busy drawing comics where Captain Falcon and Kirby were best friends, so I had to come by this knowledge some other way. That other way was Quiz Bowl. Quiz Bowl has often inadequately been described as Jeopardy, but with teams and longer questions, and sports for competitive children who can't run good. There's a considerable overlap between what Jeopardy will ask about and what Quiz Bowl asks about. And
this guy is such a nerd, bro. Yeah, and he won $200,000 for it.
Years of playing Quiz Bowl have stuck in my mind lots of facts that were very useful for Jeopardy. Finally, there's the matter of effectively learning things you didn't already know. Intellectual curiosity is only going to get you so far. Eventually, you're going to have to learn things you don't find particularly interesting, and for that, a lot of people turn to flashcards, especially apps like Anki. Jeopardy Masters Season 2 champion Victoria Gross has said
what about Quizlet?
That she has over 200,000 flashcards in Anki, which is wild.
Yo, y'all really have ChatGPT now, bro. Cheating on homework used to be so fucking hard, man. Like, having to look up shit or, like, make a Quizlet, bro, and you used to have to reach back to, like, a guy 3 states away from you that made a Quizlet in a similar class, and only like 4 of the questions match, and then you got to go fucking find another one. And it was fucking so hard to like, dude, cheating was so hard. Like it used to be a struggle, bro. It was a grind. Yo, physics problems. Yeah, you had to buy Chegg. You had to buy Chegg and talk to the fucking random guy that's trying to solve the problem in real time for you.
I did make a little over 1,000 flashcards in Anki in preparation for the Tournament of Champions on things I didn't already know. So did it work? Well, it got me a couple questions, including a crucial daily double on the alphabetically first of the 7 hills of Rome. Thank God I had this flashcard.
Since there are 7 hills of Rome and only 2 seem to be notable, go ahead and name all 7 hills of Rome. Oh my God.
Hills I don't want to die on. Alphabetically
first of the fabled 7 hills of Rome. Yo, the second he sees that shit, he goes, yes.
First of the fabled 7 hills of Rome, it boasts the Basilica of Santa Sabina, which dates to the 5th century.
What is the Aventine?
Aventine is correct, yes. You had $6,000. Well done.
But there were also a number
Yo, I love, dude, when they do that and then they pan back and there's just the chud with negative $5,000.
of times I saw a question and thought, oh, I have a flashcard on this. And that was about as far
And then they get so many wrong that they just stop answering them.
as my brain got. So they're not perfect, but they will help you eventually remember things that you don't know and aren't particularly interested in.
What? Oh my God, you have to jump the buzzer. Oh my God, you have to get, I didn't even think about that. It's not just studying, you have to get good at being like.
As the ancient philosopher G.I. Joe
Do you think they're testing for PEDs at Jeopardy? Dude, I would take so much Adderall before I walked in. Where your eye, you don't blink and you're just like.
once said, knowing
What's a PED? Performance enhancing drug.
is half the battle. The other half of
You just start taking steroids for Jeopardy.
the battle is the buzzer. In your average Jeopardy game, all 3 contestants are going to know around a third of the questions. So whoever is fastest on the buzzer is going to get those questions, regardless.
That is not that is not what I've seen. Every contestant's going to know a third of the questions. I feel like is just not true. I feel maybe not a different third, maybe the same third, because every episode, bro, there's one guy that just knows nothing.
Of who knows more about a subject. This means that being fast on the buzzer is just as important as knowing a lot of things. For a brief explainer on how Jeopardy's buzzers work, contestants can't ring in during a clue. When Jeopardy was rebooted in 1984, contestants could ring in whenever they felt like it, which led to chaotic gameplay and a not particularly fun viewing experience. In 1985, the current rules were introduced, where contestants have to wait for the host to finish reading the clue before they can buzz in. This rule change surprised the hell out of my father when he showed up to tape his episode in early 1985. The giant game board in front of contestants has 2 vertical white lights on either side of it that light up when the buzzers are cleared and contestants are able to ring in. Generally, this happens precisely as Ken finishes his last word, so contestants are theoretically able to time this and anticipate when to buzz in. Not me though, I just use the lights. I surveyed everyone else in the Tournament of Champions, and apparently I was the only person who just used the lights. Everyone else went off of sound. So maybe you should do that. Either way you choose to do it, timing is crucial. I attributed my decent buzzer skills to years of playing video games, and other contestants have said similar things. You can try practicing at home by watching along with a clicky pin, or by playing rhythm games like Guitar Hero. The principle is the same. I'm aware I'm showing how old I am by using Guitar Hero as an example. Some people have said that you should buy a buzzer to practice with at home. Because I was worried about embarrassing myself in the Tournament of Champions, I am ashamed to admit that I did this.
This is why I quit. Too many sweats. Too many Jeopardy sweats, dude. Timing the button. What are we, fucking track sprinters, dude? Trying to time the gun on a 100-meter. Just buzz in when you know the answer.
I do not think it is any better than a clicky pen or video games, and it's kind of expensive. However, if you want to buy one, it is reasonably close to the buzzers used on the show, though not exactly the same. This one's from Delcom. There are varying schools of thought on how to hold the buzzer. I've seen contestants use...
Yo, we're getting into the tech of how you hold the buzzer. Bro, I thought he was going to tell me how to study for this shit. Half of preparing for Jeopardy is being able to press the button faster than everybody else. I feel like I ain't need training for that, though. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky, but, like, my lack of Jeopardy winning capability is that I don't know any of the fucking answers. I feel like the easiest thing is just going... I mean, bro, you're going against, like, 40-year-olds. They're unk compared to you, right? Their brain's slow, right? Their neuroconnections aren't firing as fast as yours. They're on the first half sentence of the question when you're already done.
One hand, two hands, gripping onto it for dear life. I've heard of a contestant who just left the buzzer in the...
I'd be white-knuckling that shit. Your hand just starts turning purple. Ken's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, next question.
...holster on the podium because his hands were shaking too bad to actually hold it.
What?
I've heard of a contestant who just left the buzzer in the holster on the podium because his hands were shaking too bad to actually hold it. Ultimately, I don't think it matters that much. Do whatever is most comfortable for you and will allow you to press the button as quickly as possible. The button is...
I love their stories, too. Be like, next, we're meeting Ryan, who comes all the way from Denver, Colorado. Nice to see you, Ryan. So it says here that you shat yourself in the 3rd grade. Can you tell us more about that? Yeah, Ken. So it was actually just... and they go on, like, some random story that makes no... dude, and it gets really funny when they have to do the intro for a guy that's won 15 times. So they actually make up shit. Like, Ken himself said that, who's the current host because Alex Trebek is dead now, rip in the chat. Ken said because he won like 20 times in a row that like the latter half of his interviews were just fake stories. Like, they weren't real. He was just making shit up because what else are you, how many cool stories are you going to tell the audience from your childhood or adulthood before getting on the show?
Pretty sensitive, and you do not need to press it hard. One finger or thumb will do. So practice the buzzer, but also be prepared to not get in. At some point in your show, you're going to know some things, buzz in, and not be the first person in. This is extremely disappointing. Every time it happened to me on the show, I looked like I had received a mild electric shock. So be prepared for the disappointment, but also be prepared to move on quickly from it. I really want to emphasize this. At some point, something bad is going to happen, and you're not going to have time to sit and mentally process it.
Dude, but I kind of want them to drop this professional facade, you know, of, like, Jeopardy as a whole. Like, I would love if he pressed the button, he doesn't get it first, and he just, like, audibly gasps. Just like, fuck. They talk shit. They do like a halftime. Like, you know, after in like Ink Master, when after they tattoo, they go back to the room and they just talk shit to each other. And they're like, your tattoo fucking sucks. Dude, the creasing on that shit was terrible, dude. Oh, by the way, you're fucking ugly. Like some shit like that. That would be TV. Be like, Mark doesn't really know the answers, but he gets in the opponent's head.
It is fair to say that I'm close to the...
What the fuck is Ink Master? A show where they tattoo people. That's it.
...last guy you should listen to when it comes to wagering strategy. I blundered hard on wagering in the game that I lost, both miscalculating my wager mathematically and even still wagering way too large an amount. In preparation for the Tournament of Champions, I studied wagering strategy much more intensely and then immediately came out and wagered an incorrect amount in Final Jeopardy again. Ken Jennings after the game asked me if I had meant to wager that amount, which is his nice way of saying, you really have no idea what you're doing, huh? So believe me when I say, wagering is hard. Let's talk about daily doubles first. Over the past decade, Jeopardy contestants...
Yo, I'm going all in on all of them. Daily double, max. Max out. Sir, you're at negative $5,000. Max out. Max out. You're only allowed to wager $2,000 because you're negative. All right, whatever, I'm allowed.
...have gotten hip to the idea that daily doubles are inherently much more valuable than any of the other questions. This explains...
Let it ride! You somehow, even though all the questions are round numbers, you somehow have like $45.50. Let it ride. I used some of it to order pizza mid-game, sorry.
Of Jeopardy now, as contestants jump around the board hunting for daily doubles, infuriating your grandmother at home. Unfortunately for Grandma, you should also do this.
See, bro, I love that. I love that when you just see somebody in the negative, bro. Just getting everyone wrong.
Keep in mind that even if you get a daily double in a category you don't like, you're denying your other two competitors a chance to get it. As we've already established, I am not a strategic genius, so my general strategy was dumbed down to a level where even I couldn't screw it up too bad. I would start from the third clue in the category I liked the most, work my way down the category, and then select the third clue in the category I liked the second most. Repeat until all those clues are gone. And if there are still daily doubles out there, go through all the second row clues. Daily doubles are basically never in the first row. One mistake I'll see even good Jeopardy players make is they'll only hunt for daily doubles in categories they're comfortable with. Once the high value clues are gone in those categories, they'll start to select low value clues in those categories rather than hunt for daily doubles in the other categories. You want to find the daily double even if it's in a category you don't like, because you're denying your opponents the chance to get it. You don't have—
Oh my God. And then you could only put like $100 on that shit. Like you could put as little as possible if you're not confident, and then they just can't get it. Wow. There's so much strategy that I never thought about. I always thought it was just the winner was always the smartest guy.
You don't have to wager much. The minimum bet is $5, symbolically chosen because it's what contestants could buy a house for in 1984.
It was a joke.
As to what you should wager on daily doubles, it's way too situational for me to be able to give you any real guide. I will say that I think the internet is obsessed with James Holzhauer-style aggressive wagering on daily doubles to a degree that I don't think is helpful for your average Jeopardy player. If you're 90% accurate on daily doubles, go nuts, wager everything every time. But most of us are closer to 50% accurate on daily doubles, and going all in constantly is not a winning proposition. It's also just not that necessary.
That's what you think.
For most Jeopardy players. Be smart. Consider the score, how close you are to first, if it's close to being a runaway game, etc. But for regular Jeopardy play, constantly spamming the all-in button is just not necessary. If you are interested in doing a true daily double, you definitely want to do it in single Jeopardy, because it's way easier to come back from a failed true daily double in the first round. Finally, there's my nemesis, Final Jeopardy wagering. They make you do math on television. It's a horrible deal. Some are calling it the worst deal. But there are things you can do to prepare. First of all, do math on paper. One thing that ended up kind of being an issue for me is that it had been over a decade since I had done subtraction on paper, and I just kind of forgot how to do it. So practice that. Wagering from first place in Final Jeopardy is actually the easiest, because it generally follows the axiom that it's better to lose.
Damn, bro. I don't really do subtraction on paper anymore. Chat, give me two numbers that aren't 6, 7. Like a long number, bruh. Not 45. 5,843 minus, let's not make it a negative number, 4,780. So don't you go like, oh fuck. Wait, damn, bro. Like I would just do this in my head. Like in reality, I'm going 220. 220 makes this 5,000, and so just I have to add 220 to 843. So it would be 1,063. But I don't know how to do this on paper anymore. I know you would go like this. So I would go this would become 7, this would become 14. And then so that would be, oh fuck. Wait, no, right? Yeah. Am I doing it right? How do you fucking subtract on paper? No, I know the answer, chat. I know the answer. That's right. Yeah. And so, because you need this number to be higher. So 3 minus 0 is still 3. 14 minus 8 is 6. This is 0 and this is 1. 1,063. That's how you do math on paper. Yeah. Is that not how you guys do math? That's how I was taught. If I'm like multiplying, like say it's like 85 times 43. Ooh, wow. I know you multiply these two first and then add, you do like, you have to multiply them like that, like that, like that. So it'd be like 85, 8 times 4, 8, 16, 24, 32. So it'd be 3200 plus 20 with a 0 plus 6, 8, 16, 24 with a 0. So it'd be wait, it'd be that, and then 15. So it'd be 5, 5, 6, 3. Is that right? Yeah, you do like 8 times 4 plus 2 zeros, 4 times 5 plus a 0, 8 times 3. That's right. I know that's right. That's not right? No? What? 85 times 43 is 3,655. I was right. You guys are just dead wrong.
By getting final wrong than it is to lose by getting final right. That way you control your own destiny. Mathematically, this means your wager should be second place's score times 2 plus 1 minus your score. This is what's known as a cover bet. Even easier is if you already have more than double what second place has. Congratulations, you already won the game. Try not to mess that up. Wagering in Final Jeopardy from second place is where things get...
Oh my god, did that guy bet everything and then lose? Oh, because he was so confident?
Wagering in Final Jeopardy from second place is where things get difficult. 99% of the time, first place is going to make the standard cover bet, meaning the only way you can win is if first place gets final wrong. This is a really important principle to keep in mind. It means that going all in, or nearly going all in, is rarely a good move unless first has almost double what you do. There's a lot of math involved based on what proportion of first place's score you have, and we're not going to go into that right now. But I want to assure you that I definitely know and understand all of it, and the only reason we're not covering it is time constraints. It's actually easy for me, and I definitely understand it now. As for wagering from third place...
No, because that shit is complicated as fuck. Because if you're in third, second, or... If you're in third place, you just go all in. But if you're in second, you have to know what the first has. If you're in first, you have to know what second has. And then you have to bet based off what you think they're going to bet. And then still try and put yourself in a winning position even if you get it wrong.
I wasn't sure where else to put this, but you should probably practice quickly reading and understanding Jeopardy questions. It's an advantage to immediately figure out what a question is asking for, so you can spend the rest of the time remembering the answer and focusing on buzzing in. Typically, questions will use words like this or these to point you to what they're asking for, so look at lots of questions and practice quickly parsing them. There is the matter of actually being selected to appear on the show. This is no easy thing to do, not least because...
Yeah, and they're always smart. I'm assuming there's some, like, prerequisite rounds, right? Like, do you have to win something before going on Jeopardy? Because there's never just, like, a straight-up dumbass on Jeopardy.
Because there's a huge element of randomness to it. Jeopardy allows you to take their online test, aptly named the Anytime Test, at any time. There's some mystery qualifying score that will pass the test for you. Nobody is sure of what that score is, but whatever it is, it must be higher than what Emma Stone keeps getting. If you pass the test, you can be randomly selected.
Wait, did she say she applies
higher
every
than what
night? Emma Stone applies to Jeopardy every year.
Stone keeps getting. If you pass the test, you can be randomly selected for the next round of auditions. I want to stress this. You can nail the online test and not go through to the next round. They only take a small percentage of qualifying people through, and it's random, so don't be discouraged if you have to take the test multiple times. I did. My appearance on the show was the result of an increasingly rare in-person audition. I think most of these are done over Zoom now, and the next step is an audition where they do a more proctored online test with you, just to make sure you didn't blatantly cheat on the first one. If you pass the mystery qualifying threshold on that test, you can be selected for the final audition, where they simulate gameplay with...
Oh my god, dude, that sucks. Imagine getting through like 3 rounds of auditions and then not making it.
...you and do a brief interview.
Or imagine getting through 3 rounds of auditions, making it, and then ending the game with negative $6,000.
The purpose of this final audition is not to see if you're the greatest Jeopardy player who's ever lived. It is to make sure that you won't look like a psycho on television. I did a couple of auditions, and I saw a number of people, okay, let's be honest, they were all men, come in trying to prove they were the smartest guy in the room. This audition is not for that. You have already passed
Oh my god, so if you come in cocky, they just won't let you in?
both tests, so they know you're reasonably smart. Just seem friendly and approachable, and that will go a long way.
Wow, so if they don't like your personality, you could be better than everybody else on the show, and it doesn't matter.
Do not try to crush your opponents in the simulated game. For one thing, the people running the audition choose who wins on the buzzer, so you can't crush your opponents. Assuming you're selected to appear on the show, you'll go to the studio and tape. If you can, try and get a good night's sleep the night before. Just know that when your time comes, the taping will literally fly by and it will be over before you know it. So try and enjoy it.
I mean, it's only like a half hour, right?
You're on Jeopardy! That's pretty fucking cool. If you win, be ready to play again almost immediately. They tape 5 episodes of Jeopardy in a day, and the mental strain of that much—
Wait, what? So if you, that makes sense. So they're not just like spending a half hour each day on a set. So when he won, he played 5 games in a row.
Jeopardy is something you should also prepare for.
And then they just make him change shirts?
Watch multiple episodes in a row, or play multiple games of J-Archive in a row. Be sure to change your shirt in between games for the full experience.
Wow, so it makes it seem like it's a different day. You literally finish, and then 10 minutes later, you're on the next day's episode. Damn, so even the longest running winners are only on Jeopardy for like a week in like real time.
This barely scratches the surface of how to prepare for Jeopardy, because the boring answer is to just be an intellectually curious information sponge that retains just a little about everything. There are a lot of great resources that I haven't mentioned, which I'll include in the description below. Also, I guess I should tell you to like this video and subscribe in case I ever decide to do this again.
Yeah, dude, fucking love this guy. Isaac Hirsch, goat of Jeopardy. When I was 13, my parents took me to opera for my birthday, hated it, didn't know to tell them. Spent a fair amount of money on the tickets, so I had a great time for the next 4 years. We went to opera for my birthday. I'm always cleaning up on opera questions when I'm watching with my friends now. Dude, I don't think I've ever seen a 30-second snippet of an opera.
More than anything, I encourage you to take the Anytime test if you're the least bit interested. It was a great experience for me. I met some wonderful people, played some fun games, and
Should we take the Anytime test? Dude, I'd fail that. How long would that test be? Anytime test Jeopardy. I just want to see the... Dude, you're probably going to have to fill a bunch of shit. Yeah, I'm not taking this right now. Maybe one day. All right, I got to piss real quick, then we're hopping to the next video. Yell me down! Spotting the clues in AI slop.
An eagle flame. During a college football game, a bald eagle did its pre-game flight, but instead of returning to its trainer, it flew straight to the arm of the only Native American in the crowd. Out of thousands of people, it chose them. The stadium went silent, knowing they just witnessed something powerful. A moment of respect, spirit, and visibility. Folded hands sparkle. Yeah, no, it's not AI, no.
Some shit you see on Facebook. Is this Facebook? I don't know what app this is. I feel like it's so easy to scam old people with AI now. You just make some shit on Sora, remove the watermark, and then be like, look at this wholesome video. And then you'll just see a bunch of like grandmas and grandparents in the back like, blessed up. That's awesome. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. A group of rats saved a child from a lion. And they'll believe that. And it'll be the rats, like, making a bed, carrying the kid away. And, like, swarming the tiger. They'd be like, wow, nature really does help people sometimes.
It's his eagle when he gets hired to fly it at sport events, yeah. Yeah, my initial thinking was that, but then I saw...
How do you show this is AI? I feel like you could see when stuff is AI when people have, like, lifeless eyes. Like, look at that shit. Like, they don't look like they're looking at anything. Initial thing was, dude, I saw Blow taking a piece of a brownie. What is that?
The dude below him taking a pic with what seems to be a piece of brownie. And the hand below would have been blocking their own camera. I ran a video on people believing AI slop was real 2 years ago, and you all said, nah, Matt, the comments are all bots too. No one actually gets tricked by AI. Well, look at the mess we're in.
2 years ago, I think people wouldn't get tricked. But now AI's good enough to where, yeah, the majority, every Twitter video at Grok, is this real? At Grok, did this actually happen?
Now, having a question.
And then, like, you're asking an AI if it's AI, and the AI could be wrong. It's like, the amount of trust people have. I know, like, ChatGPT and Grok and, like, AI in general is smart. And smarter than the average person. But that doesn't mean that it's right every time. It still doesn't actually work for video. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not going to know.
Everything we see these days, like some nightmarish version of Is It Cake? AI used to be easy to spot, but now requires more detective work. Like,
I still think it's not easy, But after you watch like 30 Sora videos, I think you could, with like 85% accuracy, pin whether or not something's real.
The lobster claws are the same size. That doesn't happen in real life. True legends, One Final Farewell, Eric Clapton and Paul McCartney break out. No, he didn't. Paul McCartney's left-handed. There's always some clue from how AI has slipped up, even as small as the fact that nobody ever writes prices $299.00 because it's been studied that when the .00 included, people are less likely to buy. So keep your eyes peeled. Ben & Jerry's milkshakes in all your favourite flavours. Don't know about you, but I want to try fish food, face-savouring food emoji. Will they do any in the dairy-free flavours? Please don't be AI. Ah yes, Bernazzi's Bender's Berries, my
Dude, and the fact that they see this and then don't even bro, I'm not even saying you need to look at this and then stare really close to see the flaws in the AI. Just look up if it's real. Why are we asking Grok? Like so many things, Ben & Jerry making a milkshake bottle. Is Ben & Jerry's making a milkshake bottle? No. Just Google it. Like, I feel like actually people I don't want to say Google's the end-all be-all too, because Google itself 10 years ago was the same fucking problem, where people just Google something and then immediately believe it. But, Google's AI now, not if you fucking scroll down, I use Google AI too, but I'm saying like, scroll down. The first result's AI, and then just fucking swipe past that shit and look at an actual article or Ben & Jerry's website. Nobody does that anymore. I think people have actually replaced Google with AI. Like the amount of people that when they have to look up something, they just chat GPT it instead of Googling it is nuts. They never look at articles. They never do anything. They just immediately go, well, ChatGPT said this, so. Did you know 82% of Americans don't have a high-yield savings account? That is leaving free money on the table that you could have. You just have sitting in a bank account, not accruing interest. That's where Chime, the sponsor of today's video, can help you. Chime's high-yield savings account earns 3% APY. That is 7 times the national average of 0.39%. That is a huge difference. Let's do the math. If you have $7,000 in a regular savings account earning 0.39% APY, that is $27 a year. If you use Chime's high-yield savings account, that $7,000 could earn $210 a year. That is an entire gym membership, pair of headphones, so many other things. That's way more money. Way more money. The average American also spends $300 a year in bank fees. Chime, on the other hand, has no overdraft fees, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Another reason to switch over. Signing up is quick and easy, and what better time to get in than right now, because you can file your taxes for free through Chime. Make your money work for you and switch to Chime. To get up to a $350 bonus and earn up to 3% APY on your savings, go to chime.com/Joe Bartolozzi. It'll be the top link in my description, or scan the QR code on screen and make sure to go through my link to get the bonus. Plus, you get no overdraft fees and your paycheck up to 2 days early with Chime. That is chime.com/Joe Bartolozzi. Thank you to Chime for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it.
I love strawberry 68 cake. London. Before everything, it was one of the most beautiful, clean, and safest places in Britain. Yeah, back then they drove on the rye. It was crazy. Not just that, the backwards man.
Dude, it's so hard. No, because your eyes you don't immediately notice it. Like when I saw this, I was like, okay, well, it's probably AI. And I was looking up here to see what looked weird. I think it's also just come on, the picture of the kid smiling with the kid, it's just too perfect of a photo.
Beautiful, clean, and safest places in Britain. Yeah, back then they drove on the rye and Culkin reunite at family Christmas party.
Dude, it's the eyes, man. I feel like AI's so bad at getting eyes to look normal. Once they ace that, it's going to be hard to tell. It kind of looks like they get Macaulay Culkin, and then they just, paste, weird clay eyes on every character. Also, what the fuck is that in the back?
Dressed as Home Alone kids, recreating a classic holiday moment. I like how kid...
Facial expressions, I think they get the smile right. It's just, at times it looks a little uncanny.
Holiday moment. I like how Kiernan has an extra of
Oh, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Does he have 11 fingers?
Corley's arm. Oh my fucking god, how did I miss that? And what the heck is this in the background? Crown emoji, the 2 P's pack.
We're getting extremely close to indiscernible video, and it's worrying the amount of fraud that'll happen. What do you mean by fraud, Brady? Like scams? Or just like defamation or shit? Like, what are you saying is going to be I think it's going to be like fake news. Like, it's going to be scams. And then also, I think most social media outlets are going to be unreliable because a lot of people don't like, here's the problem. News outlets in general are biased, right? They're trying to share news and inform people, but first and foremost, they're a company that's trying to make money, so they're going to share the news that they think is best and what's going to make them the most money. So a lot of people go to social media. But now you could get paid to use Twitter. You could get paid to use Facebook. You could get paid to use Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Twitch and all these other platforms. So news outlets are going to be more and more motivated to just create false narratives. So while there may be accounts that are still trustworthy, on your For You page or your feed, you might see something that's a news post from a page that is literally just full of fake shit. I could get paid? Yeah. And you see it now. I mean, I can't like quote accounts, but you could probably find them on Twitter pretty quickly. There are Twitter accounts that flat out post fake shit. Maybe with a culmination of semi-real or slightly misinformed shit. But like, they just post stuff that gets views, right? Because it's not if the news is true, it's if the news is going to get clicks and likes and interaction and engagement. That's what you want. And it's like, that's a problem on actual news outlets as well, because it's like, you're not actually going to inform people of anything good. You're not going to inform people of anything that's not going to gain eyes. But it's even worse on social media when you just give that to just the hands of a random guy that could just do whatever he wants. The amount of people that just believe the first thing they see. And I'm not trying to say that of like you guys in my chat, but some of you guys as well. And even me at times, like the amount of ignorance people have to what's going on in the world where they just see something and immediately go with it. They don't fact check. They don't look for themselves. They don't, actually interact with an individual or anything themselves. They just go, well, somebody said this. This said this. I can't. And then they just move on.
To why Taylor Swift and Donna Kelsey's 2025 shopping spree just redefined the in-law relationship. I like it how AI thinks Taylor would wear the same outfit.
I've seen 5 TikToks about people bitching about the Apple charging the iPhone 18. iPhone 18 has not been announced in any capacity. They're literally just believing fake videos. Yeah, the charging port shit. I saw that and I looked it up and it said they hadn't announced anything. iPhone 18 charging port. I want to see if that rumors suggest, but it doesn't actually say that's what they're going to do. It's expected to use USB-C. They're gonna. Like, there's no way they wouldn't. I'm going to also have the take. I love that iPhone switched to USB-C because now I don't need some fuck-ass iPhone charger. Like, there's only 2 chargers that you need. Like, the speaker Android charger and the USB-C. And that's it. Those are the only charging cords I need. And anything that I need to charge fits in those 2 fucking slots. Either USB-C or this. Or just USB. It's amazing. It's like, I know it sucks too if like you're somebody with like an older iPhone as people move forward. But it's like, it's just awesome.
Shopping.
Yeah, micro USB. I never know the name of it. I just go Android charger.
The floor laughing emoji. It's the tiny microphone for me. The goal is never Gucci bags. It's acres of land. RIP to that horribly long misshapen horse skull emoji. Just imagine how small the horses would be if they walked all the way to the house. I'm a farmer's daughter, and some people think that makes me last. I grew up on a sweet potato farm about 10 miles outside of town, where mornings...
And who's posting this? Like, are people posting this for... It has to be for money. Like, the account that's posting this isn't just like an auto-ran bot. Like, some person is making this image and then faking this.
Start before the sun.
For engagement.
And vacation means a county fair. My parents have
I think people on Facebook are doing this too. Because it's like, you pretend to be this wholesome farm girl, and then you get, like, some 80-year-old sugar daddy to be like, oh, you're what women aren't like anymore. Do you want to date me? And then they get scammed out all their money.
And
It's catfishing, but most catfishing previously used to be like pretending to be somebody you're not. This is just like, you're not even a person. Like, you're catfishing as an AI individual.
Yeah, I'll stop you there. The chicken have duck feet, you stupid goddamn dumbass emotionally manipulative robot prick. Today, I returned a library book I checked out when I was a kid. And I'm old enough now that the librarian behind the desk had to blink twice, like she thought I was joking. This is AI photo. A book that old wouldn't have a barcode. They only started using those 30 years ago at the earliest, and it wouldn't have been on the cover. They were still tucking in the book, so they could also stamp the card as reminder to return. Well spotted. Very good. But also,
where the red fern grows. Like, that's what gave away, the barcode gave away its fake, where the red fern grows.
Where the red fern grows. Oh, sounds like a good book. AI fucking slop. United passenger posted his first class ticket.
What a big ticket. And what language is that?
To brag about Trump, and someone cancelled his flight. Fuck, AI's getting too good. Why does his ticket say Unico and United? Why is the champagne in his glass, but his champagne is unopened? And why is he holding his bollocks? You forgot his legs shorter than his arm. Plus, he's literally on the flight. Right? Loudly crying face emoji, loudly crying face emoji, loudly crying face emoji. What, they're gonna kick him off now, are they? What's happened there then? Okay, cabin crew, come in. Can I just confirm you've served all the food and drink, yes? Fantastic. So everyone's got a hot meal and a full glass of alcohol right in front of them, correct? Great. If you could just go through now and actually make sure that everyone's got a ticket. Brilliant. And then after that, probably best start thinking about taking off. Where are pictures of Obama praying? Ooh, not many clues to work with here. Oh, but let me just try something. One sec. Marietta Handyman Services.
Oh, that's bad. You could tell just like off of the smoothness. AI always over-smooths people's skin. There's no texture.
Safely. Wired right? No.
Oh, he has 3 hands. I didn't even see that. Oh my god.
Stress.
And he's just not even holding the fan.
Do all of your workers have 3 hands? Marietta Mandyman? Some hospitals and hospices in the UK and Australia have introduced cuddle beds. That is, special wider beds that let families lie beside their...
This seems horrible, dude. Cuddle bed, but they got, yeah, and they got a bedpan under that. Imagine, bro. Oh my god.
Loved ones who are terminally ill. These beds bring comfort, warmth, and emotional closeness during the most...
Yeah, why don't you emotional comfortness. Hey, your dying grandma, why don't we lay on her? Also, she has 3 hands.
Who are terminally ill. These beds bring comfort, warmth, and emotional closeness during the most difficult final moments of life. Do you think this practice should be followed by all hospitals? Again, AI slipping up on the old hands, but it does have a solution for that, though. Happy birthday to my twins, Party Popper 2 Hearts. Some heartless people won't congratulate them just because they're different, broken heart crying face. Hashtag stay strong. I refuse to believe we humans are this stupid. Oh, I've got bad news for you.
Oh my god. Dude, and it's all like the Facebook moms. Christina O'Boyle. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Birthday blessings. Happy birthday to both of you.
What are they supposed to do with those blocks? Just going back to this one.
What it just...
Though quickly, what's odd is that it's based on a real idea.
I didn't even think about that. That one I was trying to see why it was AI. I was going to say, well, like twins, what are the odds that they, even if you're genetic twins and one of you is missing, you know, your lower half of your arms, would that mean that the other one would also be missing the lower half of their arms?
Just going back to this one, though, quickly, what's odd is that it's based on a real idea, on a real picture. The AI decided to festoon with messed up flags and turn it for no reason into an airbed. God, imagine you sit on the side of this and grandma just launches into the air like a trampoline.
I do think hospitals are too sad. This does look more comfortable, but the problem is it's just like, it's unrealistic to assume that like people are going to come cuddle with their dying grandparents.
Like 5 nurses trying to hold the bed down and get her up for a bath, and she's just flopping around in the middle like a fish. AI has a habit of doing this. Here's a photo, a real story. The Arizona Fire Department had 19 babies born to the 18 firefighters inside of 1 year. AI decides, no, I can do that photo. Baby? Yeah, I've seen one of those before. Yeah. Hey, you guys. My favourite baby. God bless. Folded hands. Am I crazy, or does this child look like that wild...
But why would somebody make that into AI if it's already a real image? Like, they didn't change anything. They just said recreate this in AI. Like, just to see if it could copy it.
Restoration of that Jesus portrait done by that old lady in Spain. Could it be? The wadded up tissue next to the game. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. The AI was wrong for that. Dr. Pepper slippers coming soon to Walmart, Red Heart.
Dr. Pepper slippers. What about this is AI? If upside down, it says Fot Care Set instead of Foot Care. Look at her hand. Yeah, but I mean, it's behind the box. It's upside down. Well, yeah, but that, oh, well, yeah, that part is upside down. But it also says Fot Care Set instead of foot.
Oh, it's so good at making it look like an actual Walmart. Yes, but Fot Care. How far can animals identify us? What happens in that 600-yard window where you can be identified by a falcon, but not by a falcon? Schrodinger's falcon. Plus, that's not a giraffe. Me and my
husband after 23 years with the same pose and fun.
Husband after 23 years with the same pose and
Yeah, 23 years ago, Buddy had an Apple AirPod.
fun, winking face with tongue, smiling face with 3 hearts. Right.
And then now the AirPods, like, merged into his ear.
Because AirPods were a thing 23 years ago. They were.
Wow, this is fun to try and spot, like, what's wrong. Because honestly, I don't want to say, like, I wouldn't fall for this, right? Like, if I actually stared at it. But if I was scrolling on, like, just any social media and I saw this image, I wouldn't like it. I would just go, meh. Because I just wouldn't give a shit. If this was real or not, I just wouldn't care, right?
He wore them so much, they became one with his ear. You're being really insensitive right now. I love how the print...
And that is a problem, because then it makes, like, social media full of just, like, like, not just dead internet theory of, like, you know, the majority of social media interaction is done through bots, but also just, like, what you watch is bot content, but the bot content isn't intriguing enough for you to investigate it, so you just go, and just scroll. I've guaranteed you've seen AI images or modified ones, haven't noticed, it's gotten a lot more prevalent. Oh, no, I agree. There's probably been instances where I've seen AI imagery and just not known or cared to even check.
Ingles aged too. Spirit science. Posts. Look at this hidden sugar and common drinks. Every choice we make carries...
iOS tea. Energy juice drink. Red Bull.
Weight and awareness is a powerful tool. I like how the bottom of the Coke can bows outwards to fit the curve of the C of Coca-Cola. Red tea, my fave. Who the fuck out here drinking sugar water? Like an ant? Or perhaps a hummingbird? Or...
We're already gone everywhere.
Oh, God. Are there people that drink sugar water? Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Whoa!
I was going to say, that would be like 100 grams of sugar.
Top 10 richest billionaires 2025.
Jeff Bezos, Maryville. I don't know some of these people. Mark Zuckerberg. That's not Mark Zuckerberg.
I love how this looks like an in memoriam post. Combined wealth. There are trillions of dollars faced with tears of joy emoji. Who we got here then? Jeff.
Yes, Tom Cruise, $281 billion. I don't even know if Tom Cruise probably has like one at most.
We got here then Jeff Bakes, Mal Gibson, Mark Zuckerberg, and what? Yes,
Adam
if only
Sandler.
Elon Musk is upsetting. Lol. Whilst we're on the topic of Musk, here's his family tree, posted unironically. Oh God, this isn't how you do a family tree. This is a family wreath. Fear the nameless Musk, born 2021. Dolly Parton impersonator meetup in Texas.
I believe this. I know, like, looking into it, there's probably something that makes it, yeah, like this. But looking at it, I'd be like, oh, who cares? Scroll.
Is that Mr. Poopy Butthole on horseback on the right? Oh, wait. Oh, I missed this event, and I live right up the street from Boris Lufthansa. I have truly never, in all my 75 years, witnessed such a charming little display of determination mixed with cozy desperation. Brilliant. Fabulous idea. I'd have made besties with him and...
Who's putting fabulous idea? Bart Denver is a fucking NPC, bro. Oh my God, we're in the pit vipes in the profile picture. What do you mean, brilliant idea? You're gonna set up a tent at a fucking airport? What? That's not a good idea.
Held up in there. Yeah, you know how you can never understand the overhead speakers? It's because they're speaking this language.
The flight to D1 is late.
Oh, no, I'm never going to get to Del Rito in time for Thameskivong. Amarillo reflects a classic American plains city, known for highways, open land, and regional travel
Where the fuck do you get off that roundabout? It's just an infinite traffic circle. You just spawn there and you can never leave.
routes that connect communities across the central United States. Love the big circle road with no off-ramp, lol. We just be driving in circles out here. Hey, I live there. This isn't AI. I once accidentally teleported into the circle. I had to call for help to get out, loudly crying face emoji. Yeah, this is what Amarillo actually looks like, if anyone was wondering. Where's the circle? I only order the cheeseburger.
0 cheeseburger. $9,000.
But the table is saying to split to bill evenly. What are your eyes emoji? That's why when you start ordering, tell the waiter to separate checks, yeah? Problem solved. Josh, mate. Oh yeah, what, that new place over on Pemnaviventag, ACMV, Weshenheim, DC? Yeah, I was just there last week. Pemnaviventag is my favourite German holiday. Bro got charged for 0 cheeseburgers. Face with
And what the fuck is La Flave Mantra Cat? $4,000.
Face with tears of joy. AI loves receipt posts for some reason. I broke the #1 rule and took a
$285 at a fucking Olive Garden? What would you possibly have bought? Also, everything there is $1, $2, $5, and like $40.
co-worker on a date. We picked Olive Garden because it felt safe, casual, neutral, HR-approved vibes. Everything was cool until the check came. You're talking such shit. What do you mean you're taking her on a date? You've both got wedding rings on, and you're holding a receipt which says you've had a tiramisu, but she's still eating her salad. Let's just have a closer look at that receipt, shall we? 1 tier of Fiddig with 1 Nutella tea and 1 wet towelettes. 2 Nuttig Nutties with Oid Betis. 1 Tisair, nut. 1 Tersarius, and 1 Triscuit. Add $1, $2, and $2.50, and $5, and $5.20, and $3, and it makes the total a $285.50. Duh, face with rolling eyes. And yet, almost every pleb gobbles it up, besides the odd cautious, is this a...
Oh my god. Dated a coworker, now married with 2 kids. Is this AI generated? Married my manager. Oh my god, bro. Like, we're entering the new wave of, like, people going to get genuinely scammed. Like, I think AI influencers is going to be even worse, where it's not like... We watched that one video about an openly AI, like, Instagram influencer and how they get sponsors and shit. I think it's going to be, like, so bad that on Instagram, there's going to be... It's going to be before... Like, I know Kwebbelkop's trying to fast-track this fucking Kwebbelkop AI shit and have, like, YouTube... merge with AI, and you're gonna have like AI gamers. I don't think that's gonna happen for a long time. I think more realistically, there's going to be like flat out Instagram influencers that aren't real and you don't know.
AI generated? Of course it is. Who would have taken the picture? Both his hands are on the receipt.
Are you AI? Yeah.
Living that DualShock life video game growing heart.
1 shoe.
That controller is plugged in to potato chips. Fucking poster says scheme. Skull emoji. What happened to Crash? Look what it did to Space Jam. Swamp Jam is an absolute classic. I wore a sneaker on 1 foot and went barefoot on the other, which was the style at the time. Yeah, when your mum barges in your room when you're hanging out with your friend, so your shirt is backwards and you only have 1 shoe on. Collectors! Automobile dash symbol. Cars 4, 2026. Hype! Lightning McQueen.
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? There's another Lightning McQueen in the back with 1 eyeball. Oh my god. No, this is terrible.
He's back. Seymour. No, don't Seymour. This is AI. Disney said multiple times they'll never make another movie due to Pixar no longer having the partnership with the animation studio that did the Cars and Planes movies. Nice. I mean, you didn't really need to say that because there's a Cyclops with a 3-eyed one. What is this supposed to be? What the fuck is this? Jesus is still king. Can I get an amen? Amen. No, wait. Aim. His own patch says Jesus. Is he saying he is king? Weight loss salad. Cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, onion. Those are some big fucking cherry tomatoes, lol. Stinky dicks, bagel seasoning, when only the finest will do. And the dressing only has 50 muffle per serving. Jack-o'-lantern emoji, POV, Halloween in the 90s, jack-o'-lantern emoji. More AI, which...
What, because there's just like pumpkins in the street? I think I'd fall for this one because nothing stands out as like absurd to me.
Tragically, humans were reacting with their real organic memories to, yeah, I really miss when I was a kid and we just put pumpkins in the middle of the road. Nobody puts pumpkins in the middle of the road anymore. I miss the days when street lamps were just long sticks with nothing at the top. I also really miss those teeny tiny automobiles from the 90s that got banned after that one incident in 1999 that caused the media to erase them from the cultural continuum. I'm imagining a horror movie where someone gets sucked inside one of these AI hellscapes. Grocery store, 1920s. Hashtag vintage retail. Hashtag
Selling a lot of peas. Peas 15 cents. Peas 15 cents. Peas 15 cents.
women of the 1920s.
Peas and coffee. Is that the only thing that they sell?
Hi, yeah, I'll take some peas and some, peas. Oh, and some peppers. Coffee and peas is all one needs. In Mobile, Alabama, 23-year-old Red Lobster server arrested after no-tip receipt sparks seafood night chaos. Now, this is a tough one, and obviously it's got all the guys out there making fools of themselves. I mean, maybe it's real. Maybe it's real. Yeah. Oh, there's just one thing I find mighty confusing. It says the mugshot there is taken on the 18th November 2025. Now, see, I thought Mobile Alabama's Red Lobster shut down on May 2024. That's awful curious. Plus her Def Leppard shirt says Def Leppin. These are the sorts of AI photos which go the most undetected, though, largely as men on Facebook with these sorts of profile pics are too busy commenting like, I mean, Jesus.
What did that say? Come arrest me and book me to your life, Miss Officer.
Commenting like, I mean, Jesus.
So you're saying when a man gets you as his girl, you come with handcuffs? Count me in.
Christ, what are you doing? The comments are insane. Some motherfucker really said, oh, wowzers. But just look at the badge. It's literally a capture. And another tell, actually sit back and think about what you're looking at. No one would do this. At 53, he sang one song and blah, 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 blah. We are getting into the minutiae of clues here, but sometimes that's what's required. This is AI.
Ripped Eminem with just a million scars.
Eminem has a skull mushroom on his left arm, and Ronnie R.I.P. is at the bottom of the tattoo, not the top. I have the exact mushroom on my head, so I know. Yeah. I mean, they also kept the prompt, so sometimes.
Where? Oh. Just Truth Scars Legacy, Ren and Rhyme, ultra realistic, AK detail, shallow depth of field.
Digging down into the tiniest of clues isn't required, though. German short-haired pointer group shared that loyalty never fades, only remembered in silence. Generations pass, but a German short-hointed coims aunter always remembers what loyalty feels like in silence. What?
All right, WVid though. That was fun. All right. I went viral on YouTube Kids.
Ever seen a video like this?
Find this dog's mother.
Or this?
Tell the viewers to subscribe for everything to go back to normal.
Or this?
Everybody subscribe right now to turn me into supersonic.
Annoying, right? Well, what if I told you that the people behind...
I never see any of those because I'm not on YouTube Shorts. But I will say on TikTok, the farming content that I hate is number one, people that do the... If you like and repost this sound, you're going to have one of the best days in the world tomorrow. But if you don't, it's going to be really bad. This is good luck, but only if you like, repost the sound and use the sound, even if in a private video. Those ones so annoying. Number two, and I've said this before on a philosophy stream, not Christian creators, but Christian creators that post content saying, if you love Jesus, you'll watch this video. It's like the falsified assumption that they're promoting Christianity, but instead of like them trying to spread their religion, it's like guilt tripping other Christians to farm views, which is like literally just using Christianity to make money. And that's like, I feel like exactly opposite of what religion teaches.
All right, who am I here with?
Ian Rocks.
I know Ian Rocks. Ian Rocks makes kid content.
How many channels do you have?
I got a few.
What kind of content do you make on those channels?
Skibidi Toilet, Fortnite reaction, everything you can name.
Nice. And how much money have you made on those channels?
You know, one of my channels, you can see right here, in a year and a half, 641,000. That's just one of my channels.
All right, who am I here with?
I'm Jack K.
So he's making, well, like, I mean, that might be one of his better channels, but even so, dude, that's going to be like 4 mil a year, 5+ million subscribers on YouTube.
How many YouTube channels do you think you run?
3.
What type of videos do you make on those channels?
Brain rot, Skippy Toilet, Grimace. Literally like kids content, but like peak brain rot.
How much ballpark have you made from those channels?
Like $500,000.
All right, who am I here with?
Barry or Davier.
Teaching how to make 10K a month with media. This doesn't even really seem like kid content. He just seems like he sells like programs.
Hello! As you can see, your regular video was interrupted by me, who was also in the video you were just watching. I'm here to tell you that I came out with new merch. Editor, throw in a ooh sound. I know, right? It's been so long since the last. Let's talk about it.
Every merch drop I have usually relates around an idea. This one is Memento Mori, which is a tattoo that I also have, and which is what the design is based off of. It is a Latin phrase meaning remember death or remember that you must die. The saying goes back pretty far through Greek and Roman philosophy. It was also common for people to carry around tokens with skulls on them to remind them that, you know, they will die one day. Kind of a daily reminder for them to live their day to the fullest, which is also why Memento Mori is sometimes partnered with the saying Carpe Diem, which is more known, which means seize the day. Anyways, it goes all the way through to medieval times where it starts appearing in Christian art and where people would say it to each other on a daily basis. Most of y'all know I'm a philosophy major. I just got my degree and I love talking about death on stream, off stream, whenever. It's one of the most fascinating topics to me, so that's why this entire drop is based around this, with the design being an alive rose, a wilting rose, and Memento Mori. And some of the designs also have the phases of the moon to also show time passing, and I just think it looks dope. But all of the designs are going to be that, but we also have a lot of different color ways or color concepts now. We also have white, gray, black in basically everything. We have the hat, which I believe is only in black. We have lighters this time, which are not going to come with fluid because you're not allowed to ship lighter fluid through UPS, I'm pretty sure. So you're going to have to find butane yourself, but you can check out the lighters and all the other things that we offer. I believe we are fully selling crew necks, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, and sweatpants. And then, fuck. We're going to leave that in. I almost just fucking actually busted my teeth on my desk. You know, if you want to check it out, go to joebartolozzistore.com. It's out now. My editor might include an image of literally everything it offers before you even want to go to the website. But check it out. Link down in the description, or you can just look up joebartolozzistore.com. Very much appreciate y'all's feedback when we were tweaking a lot of this stuff. I'm pretty happy with the drop. I think this is my best drop that I've done thus far. So if you want to check it out, joebartolozzistore.com. And we are getting back into the video. Thank y'all.
Yeah. I have 8. How much do you think ballpark have you made from all of those YouTube channels?
Like combined? Probably like 320K.
Bro, having 8 channels, that was fucking nuts. How many do I have? Joe Bart Shorts. Joe Bart, I don't use that. I got that for the plaque. I got that for the plaque, dude. That shit, YouTube Shorts, I rocked it for a while, kind of gave up, wanted the plaque. Gaming, VOD, main. That's it. I have 4 channels. I have 5 plaques because the main channel.
Spamming brain rot content on YouTube Kids with the goal of getting monetized and seeing how much money I can make off of little kids. Am I a bad person for this? Nah, who cares?
Dude, I would just rip Cocomelon clips. I would just be like weaving copyright claims.
Okay, the 3 guys that I interviewed do 3 different things. Barry primarily does brain rot shorts, is what it seems. He's the one behind
Pick a toilet paper for Pikachu. How old is the average audience member? How old is the average audience member that's getting this on their For You page, bro? 7? 6?
Like, would you rather animal videos, stuff like that. It has almost 1 million subscribers.
Save the puppy. Oh my God. Yo, you know how you make kid content? Make your content appeal, like, make your content for the first 3 seconds on a YouTube short, like, just kid friendly, but then hard cut to, if you don't like this video, both of your parents are going to die tonight. Just straight rip right to, like, the ultimatum, like, monster. If you don't like and share this video to 10 people, there's gonna be a monster that eats you alive.
Videos. And Ian Rocks does Minecraft roleplay videos. This is the channel. That's the channel that made $700,000 that he showed us at the beginning. And you guessed
Blocky on any Sisters Only One Raft.
that he showed us at the beginning. And you guessed it, we're gonna do all 3 of those in this video. Starting with Minecraft roleplay. Now, if you're lucky and have never seen a Minecraft roleplay video, brace yourself. This is a clip from a video on Ian's channel called Skibbity Sisters Have a Crush on Me. I wish I was making that up.
Let's go! All right, and TV woman, what are you doing outside of my house?
I heard you were going mining. Can I join?
Can you join? Were you eavesdropping our conversations? Are you serious right now?
I just heard a little.
Bro, I feel like I could do really well in making brain rot content. I would so become a drug addict. I know. Oh my God. I don't even give a fuck how much money, bro. Having to wake up and be like, and get up out of bed and then fucking roll. Oh, are we going to Skibbity Toilet Land today? Oh my God, dude. I'd just be like, I'd be on fucking crack. Like something. Oh my God.
Rumor that you guys were going mining.
What in the heck? Cameraman, did you tell her we're going?
Oh, what the flip what the Sigma? Cameraman.
Anything to anybody. She must be stalking us.
Are you sure you don't want to go mining with me?
But Ian did not start this genre of kids content. The kings of Minecraft roleplay are without a doubt Cash and Nico. Cash and Nico created an entire Minecraft
9 million subs.
cinematic universe that little kids all over the world are obsessed with, featuring Cash, Nico, Zoe, and Shady as the main characters. So yes, I did spend all day setting up
me creating a Minecraft kids universe only to end it with a Thanos snap where Thanos wins and every single character dies.
in Minecraft City, individually making a bunch of Minecraft skins and scripting out entire episodes of the cinematic universe that I call...
Somebody said I just like Minecraft. Well, you don't watch Minecraft roleplay. There's Minecraft videos that like a bunch of people watch. Dude, I'll watch fucking Minecraft videos still. I'm 22. But like Minecraft roleplay is for like 5-year-olds.
Lanta. Now I could have done what Cash and Nico did and hire voice actors to play Minecraft with me, but instead I begged my friends to. Lanta also has a cast of 4 main characters, starring me as Dash, the main protagonist, my friend Polymars as Rico, the comic relief character, my girlfriend Hannah as Chloe, the dumb blonde, and my friend King Samalot as Brady, the villain of the story. Everyone.
Dude, literally just have, if you want a Minecraft roleplay video to go viral, do some Skibbity toilet shit, have one good character, one character that wears like like modded Minecraft skins that are like obviously like too revealing, and then have one person that's just fucking screaming into a mic. And that's and those 3 things all together would just be like worse than fucking Cocomelon.
This will be great.
I hate children. Wow, this is a beautiful city. Hopefully I can find some people that will be nice to me. I don't know what that is. Oh, hi.
Yo, see right there, I would have to be gone, dude. For you to be like, yo, we're hopping on at 5 to record this. New neighbor!
What's your name?
I'm Dash. Nice to meet you. Do you live here?
Those names sound a little familiar.
What's going on over here?
Whoa!
My name's Brady.
Hey, get away, Brady!
Hey, guys, stop.
My name's Brady. And then he's like, oh, the villain has to have like a very small problem to fix. And I put dirt in your shoes. But he comes up. My name's Brady. And I put your family members on the rack. If you can't answer these Skibbity toilet trivia questions, they're gonna be ripped limb from limb.
Stop fighting.
When did you move here?
I just moved here today.
My name's Brady, and I have a gun.
How long have you lived here?
Like 5 years.
Wow, so you're an OG.
I'm 6 years.
Oh, cool, Brady. That's cool.
I've actually been here the longest. I've lived here my entire life, and I'm 10.
You're 10 years old? Now that we had 3 episodes ready to go, it was time for the
Oh my God, they had to record 24-minute episodes. Oh my God. Oh my god, you need to make thumbnails.
It's ready to go. It was time for the most important part. Every single Minecraft role
yeah, just looks like a mobile game ad that you'd see on TikTok.
play video uses the exact same thumbnail style. And I don't know how to do it. So I found this thumbnail designer on Twitter named Vienna. His thumbnails are exactly what I'm looking for. So I reached out to him and he said he charges $20 per thumbnail. I asked him if he would do 3 thumbnails for $100. Yep, that's about 30
That doesn't make any fucking sense. $20 a thumbnail, you could have paid him 60.
thumbnails that I wanted, and I sent them over to Vienna, who said he could get all 3 of them done in 1 day. And sure enough, Alright, so he just sent me all 3 of the thumbnails, and they look amazing. I'm not even gonna lie, they look...
Bitch, your thumbnails are just your fucking face and text.
Block Lanta one, he nailed the Gold City. I mean, what 3-year-old would not click on this? This is probably the single most saturated image I've ever seen in my entire life. But that's perfect, because that's exactly what Barry told me to do when I asked him for advice.
If you're doing Brainrot's kid content, make everything oversaturated and post really consistently.
Same thing for this thumbnail with the have a heart. And then the last thumbnail is just beautiful as well. He nailed every single one of them, so props to him. I mean, these look professional, don't they? Well, it gets a little less professional when you click on the video and you hear this.
Is this McDiddy's?
What? So, yeah, videos are scheduled for the next 3 days. I'm gonna post the first one tonight, and we'll see where this goes. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a few days to see how these videos ended up doing. Hopefully, I got enough views
I mean, it's hard on a base YouTube account with no subs to just rip views.
to make back my $100 that I spent on the thumbnails.
Like, I wonder how that'll do.
It's time to check in on the Minecraft channel where I posted 3 Minecraft role-play videos. By the way, the channel is called Dash, just in case you were wondering.
Alright guys, it's been a couple days now.
It's called Dash. Now I gotta go look. See, that's what I'm saying though. Like, if you just like look up like there's already a channel that makes this called Dash, which is crazy. Like, and the amount of Minecraft YouTube channels there are is fucking insane.
And let's see how the video's doing. YouTube Studio. Oh, it looks like we got 4 subscribers from all 3
Lovely.
of those videos. We got 31 views, 81 views, and 47 views. Looks like 5 likes in total. Not looking too great. Honestly, I don't know if this is gonna work. I think I'm gonna give up.
Nice video, keep going, said Folly Boris.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Next up, we're making a Roblox channel. When I talked to Jack K, this guy, I asked him what I should do if I want to go viral on YouTube Kids. And this is what he said.
Kids content is hard to break into right now. A lot of people are trying to do it, like, think it's easy. Recently, one of my friends, I gave him this idea to pretend to be Sonic in Roblox, so we did that. So find a popular IP character, pretend to be them in Roblox, and do the popular Roblox ideas, and you can scale from there.
I had hundreds of options.
So literally just do the same video ideas, but just change what character you roleplay as.
There are just so many wonderful, colorful, friendly characters that kids all over the world love. I chose Gru.
He chose Gru. There's so many characters that I could choose from.
From Despicable Me. Alright, I'm gonna test to see if this AI Gru voice is actually gonna work. What's up, guys? It's me, Gru from Despicable Me, and today we're gonna be playing some Roblox. Alright, let's see.
What's up, guys? It's me, Gru from Despicable Me, and today we're gonna be playing some Roblox. What game do you guys think we should play? Let me know down in the comments below.
It's not terrible. It's really not that terrible. Alright, let's play some freaking Roblox, dude.
Realistic Gru, though, and he actually becomes an evil
I haven't
villain.
played this game in ages. I bought this beautiful Gru avatar for 70 Robux and spent the next couple days of my life playing minion-themed Roblox games, running my voice through an AI Gru voice changer, adding an AI
I feel like this one's gonna be fucking successful. Especially with this weird AI-generated image.
Gru face cam that I made using Midjourney. And using AI to cut out all the silence to make 3 semi-watchable videos.
Hello everyone, it is me, Gru, and today we're going to be playing Minion.
Oh my god, dude, I just hate the UI of Roblox. Like, why are there so many fucking things on the screen?
I Gru. Jump and jump and jump. No! You crashed it.
It, like, stresses me out.
Far in here. You've got to be kidding me. There's a person inside me? There's been a person inside me this whole time? Light bulb. You guys remember that from the movie Despicable Me? Classic line right there. Potato flew around my room before you came. Excuse the... Dude, shut up.
Okay, just sent over 3 more thumbnail sketches to Vienna. I don't know. These ones are a little bit harder, I think. The first one is Gru escaping the prison, so this is what I sent him.
Oh, I ain't giving them that fucking idea. Oh, hell no. Yo, I'll message my thumbnail guy. Yo. Well, I mean, these thumbnails are harder rather than you just putting a face next to, like, something. But, like, if this became a YouTube video, I would be like, I would say you, like, just off the dome. It'd be like, yo, do like a funny reaction or a cringe reaction title. Because I don't want to use the same title as the video that I watch. Because that just feels like a douchebag play. Parentheses. YouTube Shorts has become fucking something. Like, I don't know. I would sit on that for like a day or two. Come up with a title. And then just make them do something with that and then just do tweaks.
And this is what he made, assuming he made something. It probably looks incredible. Then I sent him over this one, which is the Minion Tycoon one. I'm sure this one's gonna look amazing. This one would probably be a little bit easier, I would assume. And finally, I sent him this one. This is my favorite sketch that I did with the Minion jump scare in the elevator. And this is what he turned it into. I'm guessing.
Yo, I'm not clicking that. I'm not clicking that if I'm 5. Letting you know right now, though, that middle one, yo, 6-year-old brain rot Bartolozzi on fucking YouTube Shorts. Holy shit, I would have fucking clicked the shit out of this video. Golden Minion, Roblox Tycoon money scaling. I'm watching this video.
I'm guessing it's phenomenal. These are all.
I'm banking that one does the best.
All gonna be so good. Fiana's absolutely goated, so. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. And then I'm gonna just keep making some more Roblox videos. I don't know, it's just the grind of a YouTube Kids channel. The Gru videos did not do.
No views on the Minion prison in Roblox. Chat, I was right, though. 3 views on the Gru spends $1 million on Minion Tycoon in Roblox.
Good. Somehow worse than Dash. I think that Gru just isn't super interesting to a brain.
I think Gru sucks. I think you needed to be like Grimace.
Do you hear that?
Bonus channel.
That's right, we're retrying the Roblox thing by making a new channel and using a completely different character. Who's it gonna be? Could be anyone. Leave your guess in the comments.
Oh, Mr. Beast.
It's Mr. Beast! Now this will be perfect for brain-rotted, YouTube-addicted little kids.
Yeah, you're also gonna get fucking hunted down by the Mr. Beast lawyer team.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's me, Mr. Beast, and today we're gonna be playing Escape Mr. Beast's Dangerous Traps. And don't forget to check out Lunchly with me and KSI and Prime. From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. Mr. Beast. Whoa. This is how.
What's up, guys? Today it's Mr. Beast in Roblox, and we're gonna be giving 100 Robux to a lucky winner, and the rest are actually going to be executed in real life. Leave a like on the video.
Oh, the story go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Mr. Beast out.
While making Mr. Beast Roblox videos, I accidentally got addicted to Save Mr. Beast from Cancel Culture Tycoon. I have $112 trillion in it. I'm being productive, I promise. For this channel, I decided to make my own thumbnail. Here's all 5 thumbnails that I made. I was hoping that they would trick some poor little kids into thinking that it was like a secret Mr. Beast gaming video, but it didn't. Oh, except for this person. Either they think it's actually Mr. Beast or they're just messing with me, and I think it's probably the latter. Jimmy Blocks got 6 subscribers, which is somehow the most successful channel yet, but it's still just 6 subscribers. And obviously, we've made $0. I'm actually in debt, so how much time is even left in the challenge at this point?
What was the last idea that he had to do? It was Minecraft roleplay Roblox. Oh, and then just like brain rot short humor.
It's finally time to make a shorts channel.
Yeah, no, this is gonna blow up.
Now, the last YouTube Kids gazillionaire that I talked to is a guy named Barry, and he runs this channel, which I showed you at the beginning. It has 840,000 subscribers.
Pick a coat for Elsa. Pick a bathtub for Charizard.
And this is what it put.
Pick a car for Ash. Bro, this is literally all AI generated.
Find this dog's mother.
Bam, bottom left.
I already found the dog's mother.
Barry said in this video that he pays his editor $4 per video.
I pay my editor only $4. You could probably find one for under $5. And then just send the editor your questions. That's it.
I don't know if I just have a brokey mind.
Send the editors your questions, bro. I mean, he probably plugging that shit into ChatGPT.
That kind of seems like more work to me. Like to pay someone to do it versus just like changing the words yourself. It's not that hard, really. Somehow there's only 70 videos on this channel and it has 200 million views and almost 1 million subscribers. So I think you know where this is going. For the last 7 days of this challenge, I'm going to post 10 videos every single day using this
oh my god
brain rot short format. And theoretically, like if we do the exact same thing as this channel, there's no way that we can fail. I'm gonna regret.
Nah, you gotta make the videos. I'll like the videos today where it's like, pick your dream poop location. But it'll be like actual locations of places to take a shit. Oh, I love watching those.
Saying that. We've got our music right here. and then ChatGPT to make the images, and then 11 Labs tell me with the voice. This is gonna be a piece of cake.
Oh, it probably takes
All right, guys, I
so
finished the
fucking
first video,
long.
and I think it could get so many views. Just watch this. Quickly save the kitten. All right, save the cat. Which one would you guys use? Which one of these four would
The boat.
you guys use to save the cat?
That's right. Use the boat to rescue him.
There we go. I got it right. Okay, save the dog. Which one? Which one? Which one?
The stairs.
I'm gonna go with the stairs. Bam. I like the yellow guy, by the way. Doing a thumbs up. It's nice. Find the penguin's mother. It's definitely not a person. It's probably the penguin, I would say. Yeah.
Bro, do kids actually watch this shit? Bro, it's not even trivia, though. Like, it's so obvious.
Stop crying, penguin. Who's at home? I don't know who that is, but...
that is just not Squidward. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Yes, it's Freak Bob.
It's Freak Bob, yeah! And that's the video. Time to make 69 more of them. It's gonna be a long week.
Just ripping Celsiuses to the dome. That caffeine stare. You ever? Yeah, dude. That's actually the perfect fucking look of the caffeine stare. When you've used too much of a stimulant to now where you're like it inhibits you from being productive, and you actually just have to stare off into a wall while you fucking let that shit have its half-life in your body.
Feastables. 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 Like that.
Feastables.
Finish the lyrics.
Come in close and look at the queso cheese and Lunchley versus whatever that is. Drip versus stick. I like my cheese.
Drippy, 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 drippy.
Drippy, bruh.
Drippy, bruh.
Yeah! After making shorts all day long, I started to get tired. So I went to Kroger to get myself a snack, but they didn't have any Lunchly. However, they did have a robot.
What is this?
They had lead Lunchables. I would kick that thing over. I'm going to be the reason the robots want to kill us.
Bro, what?
This cheese is not drippy, bro. After 4 days straight of doing this, I started to think maybe hiring an editor is a smart idea.
I have that exact light in the back.
Yo.
What's up, Zach? How you been doing?
I've been doing good, man, you know.
Bro, but who the fuck would edit YouTube Shorts for $4 if it takes that long?
I'm just chilling.
So I actually have an editing proposition for you, a little project, if you will.
Okay.
You've edited shorts with me in the past.
Yeah.
So I have some more short that I need help editing.
Okay.
Do you want to see the shorts that I need you to help me edit?
Yeah, sure.
Logan Paul's baby is hungry. Feed her.
Lunchly. The pizza potty Lunchly.
That's correct. She's only allowed to eat Lunchly. Who is the most evil YouTuber? Dan TDM is evil.
Dan TDM?
Because he hates Lunchly.
Oh, that's facts. Oh, fuck Dan TDM.
Trump is drowning. Which person makes the best music?
Which person makes the best music? KSI.
Are you stupid? Of course it's KSI. Ever heard Thick of It?
What'd you think?
So this is...
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. What song is that?
Yeah, geez,
yeah. Do you think that you could edit stuff like this? You think you got it in you?
Mute yourself. I'm trying to watch this. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna be working. For preppy puppy.
You're down? You'll help me out?
Sure.
Let's go. Okay, so I need 50 of these shorts done in the next like 3 days, if that's possible.
How many shorts did you say?
Oh, just 50.
50.
50?
Yeah.
Jeez, 50. So how much are you paying for each short?
I pay my editor only $4. You could probably find one for under.
Bro, you got paid like $5.
How's $5 each?
Are you joking?
How's 10?
Sure.
That's really fair. I would say that's for the AI generated short, be like 8.
Do we do a little
Yeah, we can shake on it. There we go. Yeah. For the last couple days of this challenge, I started editing the video that you're watching right now, and Zach cranked out a ton of shorts for Preppy Puppy.
Oh my god, it gets like 5 subscribers. I would cry.
Well. If it isn't day 30. And as you can see right here, the day is almost over, which means that the challenge is almost coming to an end. In the last 30 days, I have made 4 channels. On Dash, I posted 3 Minecraft roleplay videos and got 4 subscribers. On Grooblocks, I posted 3 Roblox Guru videos, and that channel got no subscribers. On Jimmy Blocks, I posted 5 Mr. Beast Roblox videos and got 6 subscribers. And finally, Preppy Puppy, which has 70 videos uploaded to it now, has just hit
5,000 subs.
It's 1,000 subscribers.
Oh shit. Do you think they got monetized?
I mean, that's not bad. Not bad for a week. Preppy Puppy also has over 100,000 combined views and over 1,000 hours of
But what's crazy is like 3 of those videos probably have all the
watch
views.
time, all in the last week, which unfortunately is not enough to get
Damn, you need 4,000 watch hours to be on monetized on YouTube. I feel like that's a lot.
So yes, we did technically lose the challenge of getting monetized, but we went kind of viral, like a little bit viral, little tiny bit viral. I mean, 1,000 subscribers in a week, not bad. Honestly, I think if I kept going with any of these 4 channels and consistently worked on them,
I think the YouTube Shorts one for sure would immediately gain attraction, some sort of traction. Not enough to like make a lot of money, but at least, you know, like a side hustle. Can I survive a day with Navy SEALs? Nope. I'm already saying nope. Can't do that. Hell no. Survive a day with Navy SEALs. I bet it's going to be dumbed down a little bit. Like, I doubt they're actually doing buds training. Anything where they're like, I'm drowning is a no-go. You know, chat, I started off topic, but it has to kind of do with the video. I started watching this new Fear Factor. I used to watch Fear Factor like way back, like with Joe Rogan, like years ago. They have this Fear Factor now that's kind of like akin to like Big Brother with Johnny Knoxville called House of Fear. And it's kind of corny, but it's also interesting, and they do stuff that is scary. I think I could do anything on Fear Factor outside of like anything that requires me drowning. I think I could eat like a dead, like something gross. Like, I think I could eat like a poop sandwich. Dude, it's 200K on the line. 200K on the line, they put a shit sandwich in front of you, bro. I'm getting it down. I'm getting it down. $200,000. Bro, come on. That or like, bro, there will be shit where it's like, you got to eat a bug. I'm like, eat a bug, bro. I ate a bug for fucking 300 biddies. That on stream. Fucking eat a bug for 200K. Oh, no, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, get the fuck out of here. You ain't ready for the show. Like, because it removes it. It's like, I know I'm not going to die on Fear Factor. Like, I could sit in a tub of leeches. That's no problem. You know, pain is fine. Like, I could do Fear Factor. Yeah, put my hand through a tube and have a snake bite me. As long as it's not venomous, I'm not giving a shit. Spiders, don't care. I don't like spiders. I'm scared of spiders. $200,000 on the line. I'm locked in. I'm locked in, you know? Like, no fucking problem. I was watching it last night. I'm talking to Brooke. I'm like, yo, I think I could eat a fucking live squid. Like they do in like certain Asian countries like Thailand or wherever. Yo, I think if you, 200K on the line, you put a fucking rat in front of me and go, eat it. I'd go, hype myself up. You couldn't? Bro, I would try. I'm at least trying. Like, bro, 200K, I'm eating a rat. I'm eating a rat. A live rat? No, no. I would kill the rat. I'd eat like not a live chicken. I would eat like a raw chicken for like 200K. Get salmonella. Go to the hospital. No! That's where I'm calling it quits. Tie my arms behind my back and throw me in the water. I'm done. Hitting the panic button. It's over. That's like the guaranteed thing I could not do. Like, there's other shit that I might be too scared of unless I'm in the moment and then I gotta find out. I know I couldn't do that. I would freak out.
There are 3 phases. Phase 1, physical conditioning.
Float? I do not have the body fat to float. I sink like a rock in the water. My friend the other day, dude, I just run through stupid ass hypotheticals like Fear Factor and shit. Like, I feel like the pain stuff, like the other day my friend asked me, how much could somebody, like, say you have valuable information and somebody starts torturing you. What's, like, the worst thing that they could do that you could endure? I was like, I think if they cut off my pinky, I would get through that. If they start pulling my fingernails off and shit, though, no. Skin me? Yo, McChunky, I know for a fact you're... Tickle me. Okay, tickling, bro. Skin you. Chunky, they're not skin... Chunky, if that motherfucker brings out a knife and he go... Or tickle. Those are two widely different things, Chunky. You're saying you're strapped to a chair and they're trying to get information out of you. You're caving on tickling and skinning are the same level. No.
We're about to start phase 1, which consists of a 1.5 mile run under 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
What is that mile time? Under 10:30, a mile and a half. That doesn't seem that hard. That's like that's what, like a 7-minute mile? 3:30. Yeah, it'd be a 7-minute mile. 7-minute mile is not bad. 7-minute mile, like, I'd be wheezing, but, like, you could get it done.
Which is part of the SEAL physical screening test.
Oh, brother, chat's 2026. Come on.
Surf torture, sandbag caterpillar, and
surf torture. Can we get a little, explanation on what the fuck that means? What is surf torture? See, like, if I'm looking at this list and they're not explaining it, okay, 1.5 mile run, all right, you know. I'd be able to handle that. Surf torture. The term torture is getting me a little bit here. I'm also not really a fan of surfing. I'm not very good at it.
And
I don't know how fast of a swim that is. Do you have to do freestyle too? I would do... What's the one where you go like this? Okay, it's kind of hard to do not in the water. The fucking... Like, what the back... It's not backstroke. It's like a back frog. No, it's not. Dude, no, what is that? No, backstroke's like this. I'm not talking about that. No, not butterfly. Butterfly's forward. Like the reverse butterfly. That's how I'd be swimming in the water. And bro, they're swimming like this? No way. What the fuck is this swim style?
pressure. They're committing to a standard that doesn't change when...
Chat, they gotta hit the fucking... That's how you do it. In the water, and then you're getting... Bro, there's just drills? Yo, what do you mean drills? They're literally timed right now.
Conditions do. Very few units anywhere in the...
They're not making it, bro. They got 3 minutes. They got to do 4 more. When I'm getting ready to hold my breath underwater, because I do this every summer, the second I go in a pool, I immediately challenge my friends to how far we could go underwater with one breath. And it's usually like, in a regular pool, it's like a there, back there, and then halfway back. But I'm going like... And then I go like this. When I'm ready, like I'm like breathing for, you know, maybe 2 minutes, and then I go. And then I go underwater. Well, you really want to be like heavy muscle for this. I feel like that's the cheat code. It's a little unfair if you have more body fat, because then you don't sink as quick. Like, if you have no body fat and you're heavy, like the guy, like, dude, the fucking Austin Alexander, the guy that made this video. Got a sub, by the way. WVid. The guy that made this vid, he's probably looks like he's like 220. I feel like he's going to sink, and then he just rips all the way up. It go, and then just sink back down.
It's not natural.
Oh, you think exhale on the way down.
Feeling to be tied up.
That's a little scary, though. Sit-ups are easy as shit. Motherfuckers, dude. I remember I would get so mad, because a real sit-up is like hands holding your head or hands like this. But you would do that shit, bro, in like the presidential test or whatever for school, bro. Motherfuckers would be doing this. I'm like, you're using momentum. Like you're not even doing a sit-up. Your arms are flailing your body forward.
Great group of guys, very respectful guys. That's something I noticed first about everybody. It was a blessing to be able to take it on, to be healthy enough to do it, to stay in good spirits, even though we were getting beat down. Maybe I'll be back for another Operators Challenge.
I love that video. That was a fun video to watch, bro. That was a beatdown lol. Last event was actually pretty fun. Helped me get 2 million subscribers. Oh, everybody go sub to Alex. Or Austin Alexander. Never seen that before. Kudos to Zane for taking this on event with a craps night's sleep. I think he was hungover. I don't think it was the sleep that did him in. I think he was probably a little nauseous before they started. Horror movies I could easily survive. I'm already going to flat out say, what horror movies could you guys survive before we even get in? Michael Myers, so Halloween. all you got to do is literally leave that city the night of Halloween. Chucky, I would beat the living out of that dumb doll. I would shove that mother in a locker and close his dumb in there. And then he's just, right? Like, what is he going to do? I think Saw, I would be dead. What's a horror movie where you're 100% dead? Saw. I don't think I'm living Saw. I don't think I'm living Smile. I think I think Human Centipede, I'm dead. I think The Platform, I'm dead. I think Terrifier, I'm dead. I think Conjuring, I'm dead. I think a lot of them, I'm dead, right? But I think a good chunk of slasher films, you could easily survive.
You know, horror movies were a big part of my childhood. And not because I used to watch them. On the contrary,
The Thing? You think you would survive The Thing? I think any chat. If one of The Thing, if you don't know what The Thing is, it's an alien that kills you and then replicates a copy of you and acts like you until it can further kill other people and replicate them. I think if all 3,000 of us were put into a city and one of The Thing was released, all of us would die. I don't think any of us would live. I think being able to determine who is The Thing is impossible. Outside of the blood test, and what is it called? The ring, where like you can't replicate metal.
To avoid them at all costs. The jump scares, the gruesome kills, all of it terrifying to me. I was a scaredy cat, I'm not gonna lie. But I think what scared me the most back then was the fact that if I was in any of those movies, I would not survive. What is a 6-year-old gonna do against this? But now as a full-fledged,
that was literally The Thing.
Grown 21-year-old, I actually believe I have a pretty good shot against most of these horror movies. And yeah, I said most of them. I'll be going over a few of the horror.
Oh, The Purge, I am chilling, dude. Oh my God. The Purge, go into the middle of the woods, dig a hole in the ground, put a tarp over it, and then you're good. Hide in a tree for fucking 10 hours.
I've easily giving you my strategy and my thought process in the process. And some of the ones that I can't.
Nightmare on Elm Street is such a shit movie. I watched fucking 30 minutes of that shit and then turned it off. When she had the first nightmare and like 2 people got murdered. Oh my God. It was so boring.
His main villain is Freddy Krueger. And honestly, I wasn't that scared of Freddy growing up. Even though his powers are crazy, he just made me not want to eat pizza while watching his movies. His whole thing is killing people in their dreams, so you can imagine how difficult that would be to survive. Leading the victims in his movie to do crazy things to avoid dying to him. Pictures of coffee, caffeine pills, and all of it, of course, eventually fails. Most of the time, they end up developing this buddy system where they have to watch each other sleep. And honestly, that's the dumbest thing they could do. Because what if the other one falls asleep? You're done. Draw 2 for your mistake, buddy. They had it all wrong. I have 2 solutions for Freddy. First, the more difficult of the 2 is move out of Ohio, which when I say it out loud,
bro, it's always that simple. The same, dude, it's even more simple for a Halloween. You don't even need to move out of the state. You just need to move out of the city that he goes to.
it's not that hard because who wants to live in Ohio? And 2, the easier one in my opinion, which they should have been doing since the very first movie, I just simply won't sleep. I mean, the only way he could get me is if I'm dreaming. And if I just don't sleep, then he can never get me. It's simple. I don't sleep regardless, so if my life's on the line, I'ma definitely not sleep. Even if I somehow fall asleep, my dreams be weird as hell anyway, so he won't even know what the hell is going on. And worst case scenario, if Freddy's giving me the works in the dream world, I'll just pull him out of my dream and have someone with a shotgun there waiting for him. And if a shotgun don't work, then a shotgun with holy water. He not beating that.
The Leprechaun? I've never even heard of this.
Now this one is the one that you guys are gonna underestimate. He's this hideous little leprechaun who has magical powers, and he'll come after you if you touch his gold. He has the ability to teleport, grant wishes, regenerate, and impersonate people's voices. And also, guns don't work on him. Like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. His weaknesses vary from movie to movie. Sometimes it's a 4-leaf clover, sometimes it's a piece of metal, and sometimes it's a medallion. And you're probably thinking, just avoid.
Have you guys ever seen the Leprechaun is my favorite movie? It looks so shitty. You would hate The Leprechaun. Yeah, it looks like a fucking poorly made slasher film.
The goal. Don't be silly. I need the gold. But I'm still surviving though, so here's the plan. I will take the gold back home after stumbling upon it in the woods, then place it into the basement that I do not have, and put it in a safe. The leprechaun will obviously come by asking, "Where's me gold?" Then I'll kick him into the safe and lock him in the safe. Now you're probably like, he's gonna break out. He has powers. Let me get to that, okay? That's not true, because before I went home, I picked up a 4-leaf clover that I found in the woods and I put it on top of the safe. Now I have a leprechaun in my possession and I could get him to grant any wish I want. I bet y'all forgot about that. He could grant wishes. It's literally that easy. Now I survived. Y'all cannot tell me that's not a W strategy. Go ahead, I got my ear to the mic. Say it, say it. Only thing is I gotta own that basement for the rest of my life, because if somebody moves that 4-leaf clover, it's done for me.
Before an earthquake happens. Halloween is by far the easiest movie to survive. Even if you want to stay there that night, just do a brisk walk. That's all you got to do, right? If you're getting chased by Michael Myers, just hit him with a speed walk, right? Maybe a brisk jog until morning, and then he'll go away. Isn't he slow as fuck? He only walks. It's the dumbest fucking villain ever. It's scary in that he only walks, right? But, like, how is he ever going to catch me? If I'm only walking, or if he's only walking and I drive 3 miles away, he's never... I can wait an hour and a half, and then he'll show up again, and then I just drive to the other side of town. Or I run to the other side of town. He teleports. He drives too.
We know the villain of this movie, Michael Myers. You see, at first
I hide on a roof. I stay in a tree house with one entrance.
I wasn't even gonna put him as a villain I could beat, because I thought he was immortal. Especially after what happened in Halloween Kills. He got jumped by the whole town. This woman
This
even
is the worst movie I've ever seen. The worst horror movie. Worse than The Barbarian. They beat this man to death. Shot him 10 times. Hit him with a baseball bat. Stabbed him. Laying on the ground. Oh, we killed him. He stands back up and kills legitimately everybody there. Legitimately every single person there. 20 people. He just murders them.
Had what is that, a clothing iron? But then Halloween Ends came out, and that's when I realized Michael Myers is a fraud. He's just an extremely, and I mean extremely, durable old man. He's not immortal. He gets whooped by a random kid from the suburbs. Isn't this Michael Myers the same dude who took out a whole team of firefighters by himself? I'm not gonna act like the kid Corey killed him or something, but still, getting beat up by a kid, that's crazy. So yeah, as long as it's not the Halloween Kills Michael Myers or the 2007 Michael Myers, that dude's ruthless. I think I have a pretty good shot against Michael. Honestly, just set up a venue, bring Lori, bring the whole town of Haddonfield, and they can all just watch me beat up the boogeyman.
I've never seen Friday the 13th. Are they good?
Now, I could be a little smarty pants and say the original Friday.
I don't know if I would survive Jason because I've never seen them. I turned it off after 10 minutes. Dude, I just feel like all the OG slasher films, like from the 90s, are just so boring. Because it's like early horror, right? Like even the early Scream movies. It's back when like that used to be the shit, right? If you ask your parents, was Halloween scary when it came out? They're going to be like, oh yeah. Oh, that was, oh my God. Like, they're going to be ranting and raving about how fucking Michael Myers gave them nightmares. You watch Michael Myers, dude, a 5-year-old could watch Michael Myers now. Like, it's not, I'll go into the movie theater watching Michael Myers. I'll sleep like a fucking baby, dude. I won't be scared in any way whatsoever. I'll watch a modern horror movie, like The Conjuring or like Smile or some shit. I'm going to bed thinking somebody's standing in the fucking corner.
And unlike Michael, he runs. Like, yeah, he'll walk towards you to scare you for a while, but if he really just wants to kill you, he's gonna chase after you. And really, he doesn't have to chase because Jason can low-key teleport. So what are we supposed to do? Well, I got you. You see, I've played hours of the Friday the 13th video game, and I consider that game pretty accurate to the movies. I know all of Jason's weaknesses. If I was at Camp Crystal Lake, I have the firecrackers, the flare gun, and the shotgun on deck. And even if I somehow die, I'll just come back as Tommy Jarvis. And after that, it's easy wins. Even if all that failed, I'll just escape like I do all the time in the game. The easiest method, just drive out. Just hop in, start the car, I can't drive.
In all honesty, one of the easiest ways to kill somebody, like a slasher film horror movie character, is get a bunch of C4 in a room, lure them into the room, lock that room, and then blow that fucking building up.
Yeah, I'll just shoot his mom.
Throw sand in their eyes. Yeah, get them to start sneezing from their seasonal allergies. That'll really get them going. Start shoving ragweed pollen in their face.
The new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Now this one's a little tricky, because first of all, you're not dealing
How
with
does he know he's gonna survive the FNAF movie if he hasn't seen it?
your average Joes anymore, okay? These are ghosts, spirits, demons, controlling animatronics. Second of all, the setting, terrifying. A pizza place, let alone a Chuck E. Cheese style pizza place? Yeah, they definitely got the edge in that regard. And on top of all of that, it's 4 killers, not just
What
one.
would the last horror movie you would ever want to be in be? Maybe FNAF. Being in real life Five Nights at Freddy's would be utterly fucking terrifying. That or Saw. Being in or Human Centipede. If I'm the leader of the Human Centipede, not that bad. Not that bad, right? If you're the leader of the Human Centipede, not that bad, right? If you're the middle of the Human Centipede, that's rough.
One. So your awareness has to be on.
Near the back end, say there's like a 10-person Human Centipede and you're like number 9. Oof. You're getting the worst of the worst.
Plenty of Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay. I've watched all the game theory videos. All I'm missing is meeting the creator himself, Scott Coffin, and that can be arranged. Just hit me up. I know the animatronics better than they know themselves, honestly. Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, they're not doing nothing to me.
Y'all think you would survive the movie Platform? Yeah. If you've never seen Platform, how it works, I love this movie. It's my favorite movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it, right? It's on Netflix. It's in Spanish, but it's dubbed in English. And they have subtitles. You're in prison, right? There's 2 people per level. It goes to what? Level 333. Level 1 to level 333. There is a plate of food, or like a big slab of food, of like probably 100,000, 200,000 calories worth of food that slowly moves down through the middle of the platform, right? Every level, starting at level 1, going down to level 333. You only have 5 minutes to eat, right? After 5 minutes, it goes down. Or a minute, and it goes down every time, right? And so less and less food accrues as you go down. You can't keep any food. You can only eat while you have that slab there, or else the building will heat up and you'll die, right? After like level 100, there's no food left. And every month, they randomly switch what level you're at, right? So you could 1 month be at level 1, 1 month be at level 300, 1 month be at level 200. I'm killing my cellmate. That's how I survive. I'm murdering my cellmate, right? In that scenario, that if I wake up and I see level 235, you got to kill your cellmate, right? Somebody just said, why? You'll starve to death, right? You have unlimited water, but after level, you got to eat them, right? If you want to survive the platform, you have to be a cannibal because you're there for like a year, right? Or some absurd amount of time. And if you're on level 1 through like 60, you're fine, right? But if you're on level 200, after a week, you'll starve to death because whenever it gets down to you, there will be no food left. So you got to kill your cellmate, but you don't want to kill him too early, right? Because then the meat's going to start rotting. So what you really want to do is you want to wait it out a week. Oh, come on, man. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of food for us, right? Oh, come on, man. What if it's Brooke? Okay, well, that's a different scenario, right? I'm going into this recognizing that the person that's with me is a rando, right? Oh, man, day 5. Oh, still no food. Maybe tomorrow. There's going to be no tomorrow for him. That night, I fucking kill him, right? And then you start eating him progressively. That's the only way you're living. Y'all are like, oh, that's some psycho shit. That's literally what they do in the movie. They start killing people. You have to kill your cellmate to live, or else you're fucked.
keeping them doors closed. And Foxy, what is Foxy gonna do?
Where's Foxy? Oh, there he is.
I've never seen the Terrifier movies. I want to see him so bad.
No.
He just said no. Is Terrifier that scary?
Now I'm going to be very honest. I know it's the thumbnail, but I am not surviving a single Saw movie. I'm sorry. Literally every trap is almost impossible to survive. And what annoys me the most is that the creator of the games, he really thinks he's being fair. He thinks he's helping people appreciate life. That's that pain ideology. No, bro, you're just a murderer. Only a handful of people survive your movies out of like 100 people, and I would know. I watch kill count. I look at how unfair some of these traps are. The chain trap from Saw 3, bro, how is he gonna rip that out his lip? His jaw would come out. The carousel trap from Saw 6, they literally did not have a choice in the matter. It was up to one person to determine if they lived or not. Even the first trap that we saw in Saw 1, which was the bathroom trap, was unfair. If Jigsaw's whole ideology is everyone deserves a chance, and how come in the bathroom trap only one of them could survive? This man's a phony. I wouldn't be able to survive. I'm sorry. What would I even be in there for? Jaywalking, tax evasion, arson? None of that is a big deal. The only trap I could really see myself surviving is maybe the handbox trap from Saw 2. If you look behind her, there's a chair. I would use that
I've never seen any of the Saw movies. Are they good?
chair to break the glass and take the syringe. Boom, 1,000 IQ. You see, I never watched this movie, but I did watch plenty of The Office and I played Fortnite, so I'm pretty sure I could figure it out. So here's the plan. I would have called out of work. I know, easy. Okay, I'll be realistic. If I was trapped in the office building with 80 something people and we were forced to do a battle royale, would I survive? Probably not. I don't think I could stab someone with a pair of scissors. I'm sorry. But
wait, what movie is this? Oh, the Belko Experiment. Dude, I've had that on my watch list for so long.
But
damn, you think you survive in an office battle to the death? I'd say I'd have higher chances than the average person. I don't think I would survive, but if you shoved me in a random office, I think my chances of living would be higher than most people. I'm confident in that.
I read up online. Apparently, the building had an armory for some reason. If there's an armory, then there's guns. And where there's guns, there's room for an American. This movie took place in Colombia, so they don't know anything about shooting guns. Me though, from the United States of America, I know everything about guns. I sleep with a shotgun under my pillow, a Glock in my sock, and an AK in my PJs. So when it comes to shooting people, yeah, I got it. I'm surviving Belko Experiment easily. As you guys saw though, there's only so many horror movies that I can't survive. I mean, realistically, I'm unbeatable, except if you're talking any paranormal. I'm not surviving any of the Conjurings, Insidious, none of that stuff. Keep them demons away. And moral of the story,